Now we can be free. And I can't help you. Warming my soul to the center, making me realize that my heart is dead. Lifting my hands as you guide me into your world. You are to me.
Grand Risings family, don't know.
We can be free. That is what I can
Alright, bless up yourself, all right, early morning. My favorite family man. Bless up to the Ultra household. Yeah, come on. Keep yourself safe on them roads, Ultra. Woo! Woo! Rick Pagan. What? Welcome, my brother. Jeez. Yeah, blessings to you too, King. Blessings to you too. 100% now. Alright, so this morning, gentlemen, there's some fried dumpling, a little callaloo and saltfish in the pot, and some fried plantain. Help yourself, because I'm a little bit busy right now. So help yourself, man. There's a little pepper sauce on the side, homemade, don't know. Yes, family, grand rising, good morning, yeah. We can be free. One and one family, we can be free. Real talk, real talk, real talk. All right then, so let me just do my normal salutations. You don't know. Grand risings. Let's give thanks and praise to the Most High. Yeah, we're getting another day, because like we always say, no day, no hour, no minute is promised unto us. Yeah. So that's why in the morning when we wake up, we definitely have to give thanks and praise. So yeah, man, 100%. All right, so yeah, let me just share up this thing, couple. Try and do couple share. You know, I'm not great in the engineering department, but let's see. Let us see. 1 second, family. But you know, whilst I'm doing that, I can definitely run another track. Yeah, I can definitely run another track. Alright, hear the version excursion now. Yeah? It's a version excursion. Boy, you know, so I don't know about the Lovers Rock. So the Lovers Rock version, I adore you. Now, my time now, family. This is how we used to roll. Yeah? How can you be vexed listening to them kind of tune in your family? Jeez. Yeah, bear with me, family. Just I'm trying to look at engineering. I know. Meantime, just eat little breakfast and hold a little vibe, man. Early morning setting, don't know. Big up all the family that may be off work. You know, it's half-time settings right now, so probably you might get a couple days off. Working slow. All right. Oh, brother Bugs in the building. Don't know, Grand Rising to yourself. Check the back chat family, the link there. Just a little freestyle in the morning. Yes. Just a little freestyling in the morning. Big Grand Risings in the morning. Big Grand Risings in the morning. Yeah, family, you don't know naive. Yeah, welcome. You don't know if you look in the pot, family. Like I said, there's some fried dumpling, some saltfish and callaloo, and some fried plantain. Please help yourself. I mean, because I can't do everything, man. But yeah, man, help yourself. And obviously enjoy yourself, a little tea and them thing there, man. But yeah, my family, big up yourselves. And yeah, here we go. Got a little free time. Let me jump on, see what I've gone. What's my name? At Hash H, big up yourself. As that is in hashish, or just as in hash H? Because if it's as in hashish, that takes me back to some good times, man. God damn. Back in the day, it was all about the hashish. I mean, before people could afford to eat and that. But oh bless. Okay. So yeah, man, like I said, man, give thanks and praise to the Most High for us all even, being able to see another day, man, because we should never, ever, take that for granted and so forth. But yeah, man, I'm telling you, 00, red seal, clear seal, jeez, Gosh, Back in the days. Well, I tell, in fact, I want to think about it, stuff. But yeah, man, some good days have gone by. So oh, brother B2 in the building. Salute. Definitely, man. Just a big quick pass through thing. But yeah, man, where do I even? Oh yeah, so look in the pot anyway, B2. Yeah, there's like a breakfast in there for you. 100%, man. So please do help yourself. Please do help yourself, man. Please do help yourself. So yeah, family, man. It's been a few days. Do you know what I mean? Hope you all had a nice bank holiday weekend and that. I myself, yeah, I had a nice one still. You know what I mean? Some friends and family, and them settings there. So yeah, man. So yeah, seemingly I may have, But anyway, I'm gonna get into that. But well, not just yet anyway. But yeah, man, bless up the place, family. Now for a hot minute, it's like I've lost my little flow. So hold on 1 second. Let me just check something. All right. So we know, since I've been on live, I know it's not necessarily important to some people, but we know Theresa May has left. Well, she's on the brink of leaving. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what the family thinks. I mean, I know many people don't really care about politics and so forth and so on. But whether we care or not, do you know what I mean? Politics does have an impact on our life a certain way. But I won't even go into that because that's really more scattered territory. It could be argued, man. But I mean, one thing that's definitely in the news that may be of relevance to some people is the whole Hawaii telephone situation. Because I know some people may even have one of their handsets and that. You know what I mean? And in fact, before I go any further, look at that again, forgetting my normal housekeeping. So anyone that may be celebrating a birthday or Earth Day, as we call it, yeah, and it seems quite a few people are rules in this month still. I hear it was Buddha's birthday. Yeah. So yeah, so even let me do that. Happy belated Earth Strong Buddha. Do you know what I mean? Hope you had a nice one still. I'm sure you got up to many an interesting thing on your birthday still. But yeah, man, big up yourself for that, car. You get me? Any Earth Strong is important, car. It's a celebration of life. Although they do say that we must rejoice at death and mourn at birth. That's what the Bible says anyway. But yeah. All right, Ultras in the building. Bless up yourself, brother. How about it?
Come on. Listen, man, yeah. I've been waiting for an opportunity to just rap to you in it because the other day,
what have I done now, man? Oh my gosh.
The other day on Raspect Show, you just kept the fire blazing at 1,000 degrees, yeah. And all listen, I can't even talk too tough because I just woke up, yeah, but like you kept the fire blazing at 1,000 degrees.
Yeah. But them selling. He had said a lot of offensive things.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Sister Nine. That Don there, he's the type that hurt my heart. He's the type that hurt my heart because he'll disrespect a black sister and for what? It's coonery at its finest, isn't it? But besides that, it's the temperature that you was consistently able to blaze out. Like I'm changing the name to like 90 for 900 degrees, man.
No, just keep me at 999, man. You see,
Oh,
man.
fuck
You see, I'm a
it,
number
man.
them high already, man. You know, see it.
Oh, fuck's sake, man. Man, that show was so, so. Right. It was so bad. It was so bad. I'm like, listen, I need to hate up 9 because the amount of hashtags that she is responsible for.
No, no, man. But I
Like,
just hope that the people that
like,
listening like had it in
uh,
context and just weren't just hearing me just blaze on man for no reason. You know what I mean? So I
no,
hope with all of that,
We,
that people
all know,
understand the
we all
page.
know, anyone with an ounce of sense knows it wasn't for nothing. And I'm sorry. Like it was more than deserved. It was fully justified. And if I'm honest, like the powers, it was something to be admired. And I was just like, I could tell this woman is somebody's mom because like the fire was blazing at 1,000 degrees consistently for hours. Man, I'm not gonna lie. It was 9. It was good, man. And I rate that. I can't lie. It was just like there was there was no chill. But it was fully deserved. It was
No,
fully
well, this is
deserved.
it though. Ultra. You know them ones, Carl. He, like I said in it, and we have to reiterate that this man had said. I mean, I'm not even gonna start that early in the morning. You know them ones, but he had said some horrendous things, like just horrendous, with pride and passion and all of that. But like I said, that one when he drew for the baby mother thing, none. You know them stereotypes because he was trying to hit me with all them. You know them stereotypes. And the thing is, none of them stereotypes that he's trying to give, he can lay at my door.
No, but that's the thing.
None of them.
For me, 9, like for me, it was at that point I was done with him because like he's dishing out stereotypes, so that means he doesn't even respect his own people.
Situation.
Yeah, and I'm just like, well, bro, we're done. Just
Baby mother.
stay over
Telling
there.
something,
Be happy.
Moses. Moses ain't even got no children. He's calling her a baby. You know what I mean? So you can see just ingrained in his head that any person that he sees of a certain way, you understand me? He's done got these set narratives.
No, I don't even think it's a certain way. I just think he blanket. It feels like he just blanket hates black dons and sisters. Like, yeah, yeah, and not even that. He's allowing. In fact, it's long. I don't want to talk about it. But basically, 9. See that heat you got in there? Keep the fire blazing. That's what I wanted to say in it, like, because
Nah, man, it's a pilot light, you know? It's just
yeah,
a pilot,
I'm
man.
gonna
It's a
lie,
pilot light.
you turned the gas mark up to a different level. So, oh yeah, I'm not gonna
When my
lie.
room's still, Ultra, you get me? Like, this is what I'm saying. It's
Mm,
like people,
mm,
people just, and like I said in it, but
mm,
where my rooms
mm,
are, like, it's not even a joke. Like, my granny's
mm,
100% buggy
mm,
out. You
mm,
understand?
mm,
You know them.
mm,
Come on, Ultra. You know
mm.
them. You know
Yeah,
them.
I hear you.
I mean, look. Yeah, I mean, look.
There's just some people you can't build with, innit? There's just some people
Well,
you can't build with. Some people are just lost. And that's the long and short of it. But fuck that, man. What's on the menu this morning?
well, yeah. I mean, unfortunately, do you know what I mean? Well, not even unfortunately. Do you know what I mean? Because as it says in my, and I hope it says it because I've been having a little bit of technical. Yeah, knowledge is power, unity is strength. So
Mm-hmm.
them are the vibrations that we're kind of working on this morning. You know what I mean?
Mm,
With a little bit of this and that, probably,
mm,
flipped in. But definitely, positive vibrations. Knowledge is power. Unity is strength. Do you know what I mean? And I think we're just going to work with that, man. But also, and I'm so, because I said I'm going to be done in this, but like, and I don't know if you even want to remain here, Ultra, to be fair, but like, people keep lying on my name, fam. Like, and I'm actually getting fed up of it now.
Yeah, I'm not
To me
gonna lie,
now.
Sister Nine.
Mm.
I realized recently that the internet, specifically Hangouts, is full of trolls and nut jobs, confused people, spiteful people, angry people, hateful people, and like I I can relate to the lion thing, but I don't know. Part of me just thinks, so what? Tell your lies, tell your lies. Go on, keep going. I don't mind. So I mean, I feel like if someone's gonna hear something about Nine, right, and then run with themselves and believe the lie without coming to you first, then that's that person's lack of emotional, intellectual maturity. I think to just run with, oh, I heard Sister Nine has got 11 toes, and then believe it, rather than saying, Sister Nine, listen, I heard you can't wear open toes. Well, go on. You understand what I'm saying?
But that's the thing, Ultra. What? Let me then add to that then, because what it also shows me about these hangouts on YouTube is that there are a lot of lemmings. Do
Oh
you
yeah,
understand?
yeah,
That
100.
just blindly follow. I mean, even when they see the cliff, them gone over it, tumbling, all up. And I'm looking, I'm like, wow. Do you understand? But I hear what you're
Mm,
saying, but I think generally, yeah, you can kind of brush it off. But when you got cheats, you understand? Nah, man, like, nah, I hear you, but nah, man, like, and because the problem then becomes, yeah, that it just becomes secondary, just a lie, and
mm,
things just go unchecked. You understand? And then just
mm.
lies, just become lies. Become. I remember, you tell a lie enough, what does it become? It can become the truth. So as much as
No,
I'm
no,
saying,
it becomes a bigger lie. It becomes a bigger
yeah,
lie.
I mean, it becomes the truth, man. And I hear you
Mm,
still. And
mm,
really, and truly, it's not but fam. When the lie is so stupid, big and blatant, I don't know, man.
mm,
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I hear you still, but yeah, man. I
mm,
feel, no, man. I feel like I say in it. The only thing you have in this world is your name. You understand me?
mm,
And and then again, it depends who's trying to fuck up your name. You understand
mm,
me? You know them
mm.
ones. There's
Yeah,
different levels.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I hear that. Like, if it was like if it was some, I don't know, that could possibly suffer from things like narcissistic personality disorder, and somebody who's a known crackpot and exaggerator, clearly suffering from mental health, and they were talking shit. I mean, I'm fairly certain that the internet would, well, the non-haters would be able to understand that the person saying shit is clearly not well and brush it off as, just vapor. But obviously, it depends on who you are, because I've noticed that strong women tend to get heated on, like, um dis- disproportionately, and then, like, depending on what camp you lay in, you're immediately gonna have opposition, like, you know you, for instance, the type of food you eat, like if you're a vegan, vegetarian, meat eater, whatever, or your religion, depending on what camp you're in, you're immediately gonna have opposition. Where you going? Sister Nine, can you big up Mrs. Ultra for me real quick? She's going what?
Every time, Mrs. Ultra, man, 100%. Keep up the good work, sis, man. I know you're doing a sterling job, man. So we need more trailblazers like yourself, sis. And one day I'm gonna get you on here. One day, but I'm not pushing you right now. But
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
day, sis, I want you to come and tell your story, man, because it's stories like yourself that we really need to hear. Yeah? But I'm
Mm.
not pressure you. But hopefully one day, do you know what I mean? You'll come and give us a little 5 minutes too. Because you can't really underestimate, you understand me, the job that you and Mr. Ultra are doing, man. And I think it should be celebrated. And I think that's what our young people need to be hearing and seeing, as opposed to the opposite end of the scale. But when you're ready, sis, man, the vibration's gonna take you one day and you're gonna be like, fuck it, let's do this.
All
But
right.
in the
She said,
meantime,
she
let's up
said, bless
yourself.
up, man.
Yeah,
She said,
man.
she said, bless. She bit into her apples. She was skinning pure white tea and then ran out the house.
No problem, man. And
Yeah.
to the be safe, to the
Just
be
a
safe.
bless up. All right, babe. See you later. I can't move. I'm tired, but I gotta leave this house in 8 minutes, right? So I'm gonna have a 3 minute shower and then cream up my skin, have a quick Weetabix, and be out of the house by 10 past.
Go for it, man.
Mm, I'm tired. Oh, fuck.
You go for it, man.
Mm.
3 minutes
No,
shower.
I'm tired, man. I'm tired, man. I'm not gonna lie. But you see that show you did the other night on Rasplex show channel? Like it's still reverberating. Man, it was so fucking cold. Oh shit. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
But listen to the thing, yeah? Sometimes when a fire has to blaze, it's have to blaze. Yeah, I mean, listen, that's just how it goes certain times. You understand what I'm
Yeah, man,
saying?
that's what the thing set for real, Ultra. That's the truth. And like I said,
Mm,
we always have it on pilot. That's why we've been able to get this far in our
mm,
journey as a
mm,
people. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because certain times
mm,
we have to bring that come, you know.
mm,
But many anyway. But yeah, Ultra, and that's the thing. Anyway, yeah, man, you don't know. Like I said, it's not
mm.
something that you're gonna see on a regular basis because I am the Lowit girl. But
No, and
yeah,
that's another thing. That's
come.
the one thing I wanted to address with you actually. This whole Lowit girl thing. What does that mean?
Well, when I asked, I wasn't given any. And the thing is, that's the next thing here. You see, people talk a lot of things, and then when you ask for it to be substantiated, they just keep it
Mm,
moving. But this is my point, though, because the dangerous thing is that they've already said it. Yeah.
mm,
And when we're talking about hangouts and things like that, we have to remember that these are mini programs going out into people's minds. Whatever we're saying, you get me? However they're
mm,
receiving it, they're little
mm,
mini programs. You with me?
mm,
So people
mm,
are then able to use words. Yeah. Remember, because words is all about word, sound, and power. You understand
mm,
me? And then the important thing now is what's really behind your word and sound and power. You understand?
mm,
But I'm telling you, it's
mm,
like people are just building strawmen. Like there's just
mm,
strawmen all over the place, and
mm,
they're not strawmanning me. Yeah.
mm, mm,
I am very specific upon what I stand for and what and who I am. Very
mm,
proud of it too. That's why I met the people that know my foundation and my groundation.
mm.
Solid as a fucking rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I feel say I got a bun people. But you
Mm,
can't sway me. No breeze now blow me.
mm,
You understand me? But yeah,
mm,
like I'm saying now, yeah, like I've just heard and the thing is, I don't even mind if my name's in your mouth and you're talking the truth.
mm.
But when you're talking shit, no. I can't cope. And and
Mm.
obviously I'm allowed it, get in it. So the thing is that it's from a long time, certain little things I've won.
Yeah,
I'm
but no,
allowed it.
what is a Lowit girl? I don't know what that
Well,
means.
obviously, allow it go is someone because now this is what I perceive it to be in the way it's described to me. You understand?
Mm, mm,
Like a
mm.
woman, like, allow it, like don't fight, allow it. Get me?
Yeah,
Don't
but
beat
that's the
each other
thing.
up, allow it.
Is that a
Don't
bad thing?
argue, allow it. Find another way. You understand me? That's
Yeah,
what
but
I perceive.
is that a bad thing?
Well, I actually thought that would have been one of the tenants anyway. I don't think it's a bad thing, but you
No, because
understand me?
let
That's
me be absolutely honest with you. By that definition you just gave, I'm a Lowit guy. If I'm honest with you, man, I try to avoid violence whenever and wherever possible. I don't enjoy like fighting people. I don't like not like I don't enjoy physical confrontation. I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it because somebody always has to get hurt, and I feel like if there's another option like diplomacy or right
But
and
it's
left,
not just physical as well, though, Ultra. Because remember, we're on
mm,
hangout, so often I'm called it's mostly on. So obviously, it's like of
mm,
a verbal kind, or you understand
mm,
me? Same type of
mm,
vibration.
mm,
But
mm,
like you said, that is what's it called? What's one of the beatitudes? Something or other peacemakers, because they will be whatever. Like, what are people supposed to be out here?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
and then what are we? Because I'm gonna keep bringing it back to what are we supposed to be showing the youth then? Are we supposed to be showing that in every situation? He's going, what? I mean, yeah, but what I'm saying right now is just stop
No,
fucking lying.
wait. So nine. Are we taking Lowit Gal as an insult?
Well, it's
Because
definitely a
no,
negative.
because no. It's sometimes this is the thing. Sometimes insults they're dished out left, right, and center. Because let's be honest, everyone's got a fucking opinion. But
It's like,
I'm
arseholes.
sorry, like in any army, there are like how many different roles? Not everyone's a fucking general, right? What would an army be like if every fucking person in the army was the general? It wouldn't work.
Babe,
We've all
I've
got
been
different
making
roles.
that analogy for morning.
We've
For
all got different roles.
morning. I've been
You know,
making that analogy that an army takes different types of people. Not everyone can be the warrior. You need the
mm.
warrior, you need the logistics, you need the medic, you need the engineer,
And
you need
drummers. You need drummers as well. That's important. And you need
there you go, you
cooks.
need the people them to keep the people them spirits alive and all them thing there.
Oh, you need
So
helicopter pilots. This is what I'm
come
saying.
on.
Like for me personally, this is the thing. Like I don't take Lowit as a as an insult, right? Because I'm sorry, like you can't just have one approach for a problem, and that's what make up like a council. Everyone will have a different approach. You come together to decide collectively what is the best course of action. So if you don't have a Lowit person on your council, it's going to be war every fucking time.
Thank you.
And what's the fucking point of that? What's the
Thank you.
fucking point of that? What the fuck is the point of that? Listen, I would say that this is the thing. I don't know if you remember, there was an incident with a guy called Dominic Soler, where on some New Year's party, he was filmed on the stairs with this girl riding his face.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
right, he went missing and it ruined his life, right? Do you know why, Sister Nine? Because instead of owning the thing, he fucking ran. Instead of owning the situation and saying, you know what, I was hungry, she gave me something to eat. Yeah. Instead of owning the thing, he ran and he hid. Right. Listen, I'm sorry. Like certain time when people dish out insults, you know what? Sometimes I just like it and I'll just fucking own it. I'll say, you know what, you're right, fuck it. Yeah, all right, cool.
So is that what happened to him, yeah?
Yeah,
Why
like
he
bro,
disappeared?
all now he's still getting hounded. Like all now he's still getting hounded, and instead of fucking turning it into an opportunity, the pussy's still running today. The pussy's still running. I'm like, yo, Dominic, you was hungry. The woman gave you something to eat. Own the thing. Own it. But instead, he fucking tried to bury his head in the sand and hope to God it would blow over. But this is what I'm saying. Certain times there are situations that you know what, just fucking own it. And that's another way you take power away from the negative people, is to say, you know what, fine, fine, all right, fine, fine.
I didn't know that still, to be fair. I didn't know. Now you see now, and then what I would say with that now, Ultra, to show you how enough of the people that mess up in them headspace. I bet if that was a paedophile, you with me, or a known person to do certain nastiness for you, there would be you get me, you wouldn't get hounded or nothing, man.
I don't know. I don't know about that, because for me, like when two consensual adults decide they'd like to perform oral sexual favors on each other, I'm fully down for that. Like obviously the location was a poor choice, but when you're hungry, innit? Whatever. But like I said, own your shit. If you like the pedophile thing for me, no, I don't own that. In fact, just remove yourself from the planet, innit? But if two
No,
adults,
but I was just stressing in terms of the hounding down and the way in which what
mm,
people give energy to. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
mm,
Because really and truly, all right, obviously, like you said in it, the location's just ridiculous because that
yeah,
shows a different type of hunger. But
mm,
apart from that, running a man out of town, I mean, this is what I'm saying, man. there's a definite misuse of energy right now.
And
You
not even
understand?
that. I imagine that they're running him down for pleasuring a woman. I mean, like, I don't see the logic in that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I will concede that maybe the location was a poor choice, but you know, she wanted some, he wanted some, he was hungry, she gave him something to eat. What's the big deal? Like, you're hounding this dog for pleasuring a woman. Now, 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 I'm sorry, I, I can't support that. I'm sorry. Not even that I can't support it. I won't support that. And 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 like I said, because I'm gonna have to duck out and have a 3-minute shower now. I feel like Dominic should have just owned it. Imagine within 3 days, we knew where he worked, what school he went to, his childhood pictures. It was bad. That was such an opportunity, but he was surrounded by the wrong people. He was surrounded by the wrong people, and I think that's part and parcel of the problem as well. Anyway, listen, keep the fire blazing. I'm coming back. I wanna freshen up.
All right then, darling.
All right,
100%.
please.
100%. All right, family. Bless up, bless up, bless up. See the bigger Valley in the building. Bigger. We used to hashtag. Oh gosh, boy. Anyway, I'm not doing a thing. I'm not saying nothing. Rich Pagan says, I used to love that game. Lemmings, yeah? You remember the game? Yo, I'm telling you. But when the game becomes a reality, Rich, you know what I mean? It's problematic, man. And I feel that, you know what I mean? That game is a reality on steroids right now, especially when it comes to this hangout thing. But like Ultra says, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Yeah, that's why you've been I hear you, man. I hear you, man. I hear you. I think everyone's gonna need a little cleansing from time to time, to be fair, boy. But yes, what it said, leaders and followers. Well, and all I want to say to that comment, I'm not 100% what it's in response to, Gerdy, but I know that going forward, we definitely need to be, Kojo, I'm gonna sort you out, young man. We need to be trying to develop leaders, not followers. You know what I mean? Because the follower ever get left. You know about it already. And in Jamaica, they say follow get left. And that's what I'm saying right now. There's enough follow thing I go on and it can get left. You get me? And then on top of that, the follow that sure. Big God says, listen. All right, bless up yourself, odds. I hope your Ramadan month is going well. You know what I mean? How's Brother Muslim Matters? I think I heard somewhere that he's kind of recovering, so I hope that to be the case. And again, family, that's what I'm saying, you know. That's why you always hear at the beginning of the show, we have to give the salutation. Yeah, no one knows the time, the hour, whatever. Anything can happen, man. You understand me? So, because I don't think he's that old. You understand? And then respect. So, yeah, and also it shows how important it is to watch our health, man. Especially as smokers, and that's a note to self. So, yeah. Thank you, Milk Rotted. My man's trademarked the milk, you know. Come on, big odds. We're becoming weaker nowadays. Yeah, I feel there is a percentage that are. Whilst there is a percentage that's becoming stronger, Pagan, I think I agree. There's definitely what. Yeah, man. Wow, relying on government too much. Now, I think if not now, then another time. But I think that's a show right there, you know. Relying on government too much. You with me? Because I've said for a long, long time that I think the benefit system in England has fucked up enough people. You understand me? Made them over-reliant, whereby they become stuck. Do you understand? But yeah, man, I think that's a good topic. Prince Axie says leaders are born, not made. Leaders are born, not made. I I don't know, Prince Saxy. I kind of well, Grand Risings. Firstly, to yourself, leaders are born, not made. I mean, I think that leaders can be born and made, to be honest, because there's definitely leaders or people that have led out there that I don't necessarily think that were naturally born to lead, but they became leaders by I don't want to say default, but they were chosen and they were groomed to become a leader. Do you know what I mean? That's what I would say. Because I would say someone like the Queen or something like that, it could be argued, you know what I mean? Although when you say lead, you know what I mean? But yeah, I see what you're saying, but I kind of disagree, to be fair, because like I know, for example, Obama was not born to be a leader, but at some point throughout his, you know, in his journey, he was looked at, considered, groomed, and then the rest is history. All right, I think he's better. But then again, as I say, that it depends what kind of leadership we're talking about as well. Do you know what I mean? Because maybe I'm taking it to the nth degree. So yeah, all right, I'll just work with we're born leaders, because yeah, I'll work with that still, no problem. But you know them one Saxy. But yeah, man, go on. Oh, Spicy in the building, big up yourself. Yeah, man, definitely. All right. Okay. Wabfam agrees. He says that leaders are born. All right. Again, these are good leaders rise up. True leaders, I mean. Yeah, and I think that's what it is as well, family. I think it's about how we deem the term leader. Do you know what I mean? And I think I was probably more thinking about it in a more kind of maybe political sense, but I understand what the family is saying. And then Big Ards comes in as saying true dictators are also born. And there you go. That's always the other side. That's always the other side. That's the balance. But yeah, man, you know. And there you go. There you go. And there's that straight opposition. Wonderful. All right. Brother Scattered in the building. Bless up yourself, brother. Well, exactly. Oh, leaders are readers. That's what you tell my kid. Oh, I like that one. Hashtag. Now that's a good hashtag. Ultra. That's a good hashtag. Leaders are readers. I like that one. So that's a positive hashtag. Oh, my favorite Brummy in the building. Yeah, and I'm getting enough ease on top of it, boy. Woo! 9 years. Oh. Bless up yourself, mister. You're done now. Bless up yourself. Bless up yourself. All right, family. So as you know, we're just easy. Now I'm gonna see if I can play this. I shouldn't, but I just think I just love the vibe of my people and my sister and that is still, you know what I mean? Parents to become leaders. Parents to become leaders. Parents to become leaders. Parents to become leaders. Oh shit. Oh, I got caught slipping. Oh wait, hold on. I need a distraction. Big up all the family. You done remember there's some fried dumpling, callaloo with some salt fish and some fried plantain in the pot. Mr. Lee, you know why you're nothing from there. Yeah, that's what's for breakfast. I don't hear nothing, you know. All right, and I try to anyway. Yeah, oops. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Can you still hear me, family? Because I think I've done something stupid. Hold on. Oh yeah. All right. All right. So yeah, man, bless up yourselves, family. All right, good. Thank you. All right, so I don't know how long.
If you want to make better, then you get up and so gotta search for the light.
All right, here's some Cable and Sizzler. This was on one breakfast show in Trinidad still, but I just love the vibe, you know. Oh, breakfast is fine. Oh. Alright, so listen some Sizzler and Cable and you know, let's see if they let me run with you. I don't know.
Capleton. No blessing. And of course, we also have Barrington Levy in the building. It's all going down tomorrow, and we have the full team in the building. Busy was here yesterday.
So it's a little intermission, people. Yeah, it's City. Bless up yourself. Welcome, brother. Yeah, man. Alright, quick intermission. Yes, that's the breakfast. Turn up. You don't know spicy. Put some sitting in the butt spicy. And you know it's enough of the butt them weak right now, man. I tell you, people them are going like big girl out here.
Been wanting you, my girl, I'm so inclined. Why don't you let me keep and care you? I treat you so fine. I got this feeling and it happens every time. Girl, you're so fine. I gotta make you mine. Treat that girl, please me with your pleasure. Hey. You're my peculiar treasure. Hey, hey, hey. She's gonna do me like the drum phone. She's gonna do me like complex. Just so you know, we the greatest the art form. And this is Sizzler and Capleton on the
Alright, family, just sharing some little early morning settings. Just hold a little vibe. Just do something still, but yeah, man, two bigs. You know the thing. I don't need to say nothing, but you know, just go on hold a vibe. What you do, you do. I will be back.
Let them know that it's authentic and you're here. I'm calling you and they hear you up there. Of course, I'll come with the virus. I definitely come with the virus. You know what I mean? Spreading it right now. The love virus. The love virus. You know, I like to keep them in spread. I don't keep it black like the virus. You know what are you talking about? Yeah, the virus, yes. So as I said, everybody's here. Inferno is going down. Tomorrow is going to be an epic one. It's been a while. TNT hasn't seen Barrington. This is like regular Capleton, but the music always fluid. And tomorrow you're gonna get a concert like no other. Trust and back by full band. It ain't no mix up thing. It ain't no disrespect the kid. It ain't fast. It's full band thing we talking about. There's no track show. You come in and get the full vibe. When you get that full energy from Capleton. When last you get that full energy from Sizzler. When last you get that full energy from Barrington and TNT is happening tomorrow. Yeah. Let me go again now.
Alright, so obviously, family, this is an old thing, yeah. So I don't want none of my TNT too trying to get down there, boy. Fire!
Hey, tell them great is the art form coming straight from the heart now. Yeah, Jamaica and
I'm just making sure no blue things will come up, family.
Great is the art form coming straight from the heart now. Yes, I. Jamaica, Chile, that Mama Africa, that's it. It's a party.
Early morning. Hey, happy home time. Hey.
We are partying at the falling sun. Because them see me and say me falling come. The falling star them and the falling down. Boy, partying till the falling come.
Vibes in the early morning, family. Come on.
The falling star them and the falling.
Fire burn.
Party from his own time. We are in at the summer's own time. And when we do this, you know our show time. The party has no money so fine. Girl, them a say them want the old mine. And I say them want that soul mine. So that girl, them have the old mine. Let me tell them, it's a party. Team will come back, it's a party. Tomorrow night. Alright, bring the girls so you never know leave. The game that is a Colombian Barrington leave you with the inner the place and the freaky there. That's how I well it's up. Hey, you don't know. I get tired. Turn it on people they want to say. They don't know say no. Today on Friday and Sabbath start from 6, you know. right until Saturday 6 in the place of the Rastaman. And I have been given over time to Holy Man over like King Selassie. Rastafari. So, you don't know, 96-1. Who you from? I big it. Special request to all the mothers, them, yeah? Barrington Levy, Sister Kalonji, King Shanga. Let me know them on the radio. We don't know, I'm going to rap the signature that people. Alright, you think again? I just can't wait to be with you like the last time. This would even be much better, girl, now we're in fine. We were like holding and squeezing on each other so tight. I don't wanna miss a moment with you. Trinidad girls is like a love, say you need love, you need my love, girl. Love, you need love, I'll give you my love. Jamaican girls, Caribbean girls, you need love, you need my love, girl. Yeah, you need love, I'll give you my love. Well, I never get tired of seeing you, girl. When you're moody, I love you more. Fantasize about these things you like, and I keep loving you for sure. Hey, Sister Kalonji and Trinidad, which part with day 96.1. Barrington Levy alongside Gabriel Tan. We have the place of all the black woman. You need love. You need my love.
Yes, family, go on to the show. On early morning, 90% things. Knowledge is power, unity is strength, and that we are working.
When you're chilling on my black too, and you're sitting in my lap too, I won't turn my back at you. Let's get together and do what you can make me feel this way. Make me act this way. Take my breath away. Only you can make me climb the smoke. And babe, this ain't no joke. I love you. And you know what, man? Get out of the watch out, girl. You found what you're looking for. Sure. Yeah, GPA complex. I don't know. Sister Kalonji. There's a busy signal, though. Yeah. Yeah, but John. Barton. Come on. Put it up. Big up all of the fans out there listening right now. You don't know. Bang it. All right. This is song, yeah. Let's start. I don't know what it means. Only you, only you can make me feel this way, to make me act that way. Girl, it take my breath away. Only you can make me climb that smoke, and babe, this ain't no joke. I'm not smoking no coke. Only you can make me feel this way. Give it and take it away. Oh, well, let me tell her one more thing. All right. Well, you found what you're looking for. You found what you're looking for. You found what you're looking for. I need to say no more. Let us take it to the floor, yeah. Found what you're looking for. What am I saying? You found what you're looking for. Yeah. You found what you're looking for. I need to say no more. I'm going to love you to the core. I'll fight it. Put loving on the basket. Yeah, you should have made me from last week. Yeah, you want the quality to have the art week. Boy, this body like what the flash getting all right then. And the season we party. Boy, we have the rat and the star feet. That girl woman
Only
looking in
you.
your beautiful eyes, saying all I wanna be. Baby girl, this ain't a surprise. I just wanna touch you right now. Baby girl, I love you so much. Giving you those tender touch. Sister Kalonji, they are so. Because the machine up. Boo, 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 boo. You give me the feelings, baby. Only you. Only you.
Alright, Mr. Make me get power now. But alright.
Exactly. Girl, you take my breath away. Only you. Trinidad make me climb.
Alright, one more minute.
And babe, this ain't no joke. You take my breath away. Hey, damn, where do you go? Don't you need my love? When are you going to let us know? When are you going to come my way? What sort of thing they'll be telling you? I got to stop them from combining you. They just won't stop me from getting you. Hey, give me a try. Yeah, Trinidad and Tobago, come myself, because I don't know what's the vibes, alright? Turn it up, what? They got the right here. Or music, the people, they want it. Beat this thing now. Barrington Levy, Kim Baton, and of course, the Sister Lunch is all going down tomorrow. Inferno. GPA Complex, and guys, those general tickets are going up to 300.
Alright, family. Just a little, like I said, I just love the little set what them do. And just come and share it with the family still. But alright, mister. I don't know, nothing came up still, so I felt fairly confident, but sometimes it's alright to listen to a man still. So alright, family. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little intermission. It kind of gave me the little time for me to do what I had to quickly do still in this one woman operation. But all right, I'll be back. One second. Sure. Sizzler, Gableton, Lord of God, man. Bear fire. All right, let me come back to medical control center now. All right, okay, let me stop that. Come back to this. Yeah, so listen, happy independence, all the Guyanese out there. 53rd year of independence. Yeah, so big up all the GT crew, done now. Out here repping. Big up GT Promotions, the big things in London town. Yeah, Guyana setting. So yeah, man. And with that being said, Brother Beefy, no one ever uttered a word about Guyana and gold. So stop it. Alright? Although Guyana is a country that does produce a lot of gold. High quality gold too. But remember, family, when you lot hear me talking about gold, never ever think, family, that I'm talking about gold as in jewelry. Yeah? Never talking about gold as in jewelry. Always talk about gold as in bullion. Yeah? Exchangeable funds. That type of gold. Yeah? Not your chaparita. Oh. No, babe. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's right, WB. Oh, you know your thing, WB. Yeah. And it vibes it kind of dead still. And the lie I tell the WB. I show man, it vibes it kind of dead. We talk about the virus. All right, then at least we know I'm gonna dip on my own. Oh, so where you can. Well, I don't know about avoid, but generally, Mr. Like, if something you're playing that they don't like it, one little like a little blue box, like a warning comes up still. But no problem though, brother man. I still appreciate. You don't know, I still appreciate. So yeah, man. All right, so I'm back now. So yeah, thank you, Mr. Though, for real. On the thing if you wanna run it. Yeah, I'm gonna find some other ones that I'm sure some old time ones. You know them old time ones though. Quality's not gonna be good, but I'm gonna see if it can run, man. You know some old time what we used to call sound clash. I don't know if anyone in the audience is old enough to know about sound clash. You know what I mean? I mean good, healthy, no, you know what I mean? No what's it called? No violence, not just violence with the mouth, man. Just violence with the lyrics, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's back in the day, sister, man.
Of course, back in the day, man, but I'm a back in the girl type of girl, me. But the new day, them, boy, them look right, Reggie.
Yeah,
Especially,
yeah.
especially musically. And
Do you
I
know
know
what?
that quite
Do you know
a
what's funny?
back in the
Yeah,
guy.
sorry. Do you know what's funny, man? I'm not gonna lie to you. I grew up in a time where I was seeing man settle their differences on the dance floor. Like, like you would bring your crew, yeah, and you would break out.
Exactly, because do you remember the film Breakdance? And
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was basically on
That's
that.
what that's what I'm
Exactly.
talking about, bro. Hey, sister man, I'm not gonna lie to you, yeah. Like, I was raised by TV and
Mm-hmm.
videotape cassettes. They call it VHS now.
I
Or whatever.
remember.
Yeah. Like, I
So you
grew
didn't
up
have
with
a black
like,
and you didn't
yeah,
have a black
I
and
didn't have, to be honest with you, babe, I legitimately can't remember what that thing was called.
Oh no,
But
BMX kind of
like,
preceded VHS. It's all right, dude.
okay, yeah, no, basically it was like I would literally watch men settle their differences on the dance floor,
That's
and
right.
that would be it. That would be it. Now, if you're not shooting and stabbing a man over nothing, that's the new thing, and I don't like it.
That's right.
And obviously, I've got a natural degree of bias because I like the dance floor. I'm a 5 out of 10 on the dance floor, but I can't stab a guy unless he
That's right.
breaks into my house and tries to harm my family. But just regular business, I can't just stab a guy. Okay,
And neither
so I
should
say you
you.
just take it back. I take it back.
And then further to that now, yeah, because I don't see
Come to the
man
dance
and
floor,
women even, huh?
yeah. And
Hold on, you're
if
going
you
in
don't,
and out. You're going in and out, babe.
if you can't perform,
You're dropping out, Ultra. Ultra, you dropped out, babe. Grand Risings, Big Inch.
Yo, Wagwan.
Yeah, bless up yourself and early.
Mm.
You good?
Yeah, I'm blessed still, man. What you saying?
Yeah, there,
signal.
man.
Sorry, now go through, sister.
Oh yeah, you just
Sister
dropped
Nine,
out.
what about now? Am I
Yeah,
back?
you're back now, babe.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, yeah, like, what happened to settling your differences on the dance floor? Like, and I think my theory is that man them now can't dance. No, man them in the UK can't dance, yeah, because when you go to Holland, them fucking African dons are the hardest on the dance floor.
Right, right.
Even the white dons have got some soul in them in Holland. But like over in the UK, I'm seeing the man them that are stabbing next man. I don't think they got rhythm. They might be able to make music, but the soul that allows them to perform slick moves on the dance floor, I don't think they have this. That's my theory. That's why they have to take it to other means. Yeah,
I mean, that's
it's outlandish. It's outlandish,
no,
but
not really, Ultra. I mean, I hear what you're saying. How you it can be deemed outlandish, but I think there's a lot of truth in what you're saying, man. Because what I was gonna add to that is that, and I may be wrong, and you know what I mean, I'm here to be corrected, but like the young people and even some of the older people now, like men and women are not dancing. Do you know what I mean? Together. You understand? And I,
Yeah, and that's the thing. I won't lie to you. For me, that's a young thing.
What's
well,
that?
I
Not
don't know.
dancing with girls?
Yeah, yeah. Like, because I see guys that would just like. I made a mistake. There's a place in Camden I went to a couple of months back, and I saw the crowd was too young for me. So immediately I was kind of like, I don't want to be here. But then I just scoped the place, and I'm seeing, man, them are just. It's like, where's the thirsty done? Like, I didn't even see no.
Uh,
Where was the thirsty done? There was no thirsty done. Like, why? What is happening?
What we say? Where are the thirsty ones?
Yeah, all right, listen. When I used to go cameos, yeah, right, there was always this one Somalian don. He was there, no matter when you went, he was there, yeah, and he would try and work his way through the crowd, push himself up on the girl, and see if anyone rejected him. That's how he used to flex,
No,
yeah.
I hear that though. Even though I laugh, I hear that though because I know exactly the man that we are talking about. So I should.
Yeah, yeah. But also as well, my problem with girls now is like they only seem to do one type of dance now, and that's just twerking shit. And I'm like, all right. I mean, aesthetically it's pleasing, of course, but anything else in the repertoire?
See,
Anything else?
all right.
Anything else at all? Anything? Just do something other than twerk. Don't back it up on me. Show me something before I let you in.
Yeah. It's true though.
Uh,
But
I
what
can't
we're
take.
talking about here is even more powerful than we may even believe in the first instance, because what we're talking about is one energies and how they're harnessed and how they are. You understand me? Because so for example, wait 1 second, Ultra. So Spice has gone facts.
yo,
Yes, bigger.
yo,
1 second, brother.
God.
Spice has gone facts together on them one. They don't dance at all. They just hold up wall and Snapchat. Yeah,
That's a
Mister's gone
dickhead thing. You see them
man.
kind of moves there?
Oh,
It's
wait,
making me lose faith in humanity, man.
Mister's gone man them itch up in a corner and I watch man to kiss the teeth. And this is what I'm saying, man. Now, usually a party, a dance, something like that, that's like your 24th century kind of courting place, as it were. You understand? But I'm getting to see that there's not really much courting going on. Like people just watching each other, whatever, and then it seems like the next step is just being the next level. It's a matters. You understand?
But you
So
know what? I won't lie to you. I won't lie to you. Whilst I'm in love with the past, yeah, I realize like things change and this is how the young people do it, right? But I'm seeing this whole thing like like things are like traditions are just being
all right,
eroded.
let's stick a pin there, so
Like,
also.
what about the thrill of the chase? Like,
Has it been
what
by
happened to that?
design or just naturally then ultra? This change that
If I'm honest with you, Sister Nine, when I was talking about settling your problems with your next rival gang on the dance floor, yeah, like I think like now, obviously, if you've got a rival gang and there's a problem, it's like death and it stab shoot, whatever. Now, I don't think that was by design. I think it was a natural progression, right? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, like the type of person I am personally, I'm more kid and play than NWA.
yeah,
The,
right.
the,
And I think
right,
that's
but the problem is, but the problem is with that now. If you talk to the man them today and you tell them about kid and play, they're just gonna say, "Ah, you're a fucking clown. Oh, really, you're a dickhead." That's just because I don't want to be stabby, serious. You understand what I'm saying? I have a zest for life. I enjoy being alive. I don't really want to hurt you unless you break into my home and try and hurt my family. Do you know
But
what I
see,
mean?
I think that's a perfect comparison that you just made, Ultra, because I'm very much of the opinion that the whole change, at least in the hip hop world, came with NWA. Do you understand? That for me was the crossover, and that's when for me it went from light to dark. I don't even want to use that type of term to be honest. Even that. But you understand me? Let's just say it went from positivity to negativity. And it could be argued that, you know what I mean? I'm not even blaming NWA per se, because it could be argued that they were just talking about their environment, this, that, and the other. But after NWA came out, Kid and Play and all them vibrations just got deaded one time. And then them kind of Kid and Play became soft. Yeah? And then everyone wants to be a bad, you know, I mean, and I can remember so clearly that it's just it's saddening. And then came all them Jews and man in the boys in the hood and all of that. And then, yeah, it's just been a steady decline, man. It's just a matter, but that's me just going off on one. But the dancing thing, because I think that's a very important area. You understand me? Because I'm saying, for the most part,
I won't lie. But the one thing that NWA, don't get me wrong, NWA like was a movement which was relevant like at the time because the political landscape in America was obviously changing and yeah. And I don't get me wrong, I get that everything has its time, everything runs its course. But for me, Kid and Play over NWA. In fact, like I watched Kid and Play, House Party. Sorry, Kid and Play. I watched House Party before I went to my first house party. And guess what? The next day in school, Ultra's the sickest dancer. Ultra's the sickest dancer. I was like, yeah, come on.
yes.
You said, like, I danced with my first woman. Didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but guess what? I was still the sickest dancer in school from then on. And I literally didn't even do nothing. I just literally held her waist from behind and did whatever the fuck she did. In perfect unison. And that was it. And it's just vibes.
Ultra was giving one stiff TikTok, boy. Stiff ticket. But
even that though, you know what I mean? I think we probably underestimate how important, and that's what I'm saying, those initial interactions with men and women are when it comes to the dancing thing, especially in our culture. You know what I'm saying to you? Because obviously we know that we were very expressive, like Ultra just even said. He didn't know what he was doing, but he just locked on and did what my girl done, and it come out all right type of thing.
I gotta say, I'm definitely on Ultra's team with the club dancing. Like, I might get there first of all and be fronting at the side, but after 2 JD and Colt, boy, jeez.
Do you see what I'm saying, Bigger? I'm not even gonna lie. I'm hitting the dance floor straight away. As soon as I hear a song I like, my body just takes control.
Hey, Ultra, we might have to do that. We might have to do the house party dance.
No, I got a bad knee now, Bigger. I'm an old man. You know what I mean? Certain things can't go on.
Man, yeah, you have to do the bit where you jump over your leg. Yeah, you have to do the bit where you jump over your leg. Yeah. I'll stand in the background doing the running man then. And the shuffle and all that. You know what I mean? Oh shit, man's gone.
Yeah, family. So listen, whilst Ultra just dropped out, let me just take this opportunity to hit the comments. You done know very big of yourself. Drive safe. I know you're out there building those assets. You get me? Building that intergenerational wealth. You understand?
Try.
When they talk about daddy big or daddy belly, granddad belly, granddad belly. You understand? Them are talking. You get me? But yeah, man, Mr. Big Up Yourself. I said house party dancers equal vibe. Exactly, like, and that's what I mean. There's nothing more vibrational but than it being in a place where the musical vibration is high, everyone is in tune. There's nothing like it. But I have to stress where the musical vibration is high, because I think in a lot of places now the musical vibrations is low. And we know that frequency plays a massive part in music, and then how a person receives music. You understand? Mr. said, man like Bigger Belly, aka the paper man. Tree
Come
man
on.
behind it. Bigger.
It's called with Big Money Bigger, man. Come on, you know how we do.
Money,
You know what I
bigger.
mean? Yeah, man. You get me? Also, just call me we're Billy champion, we're not kill champion. We're Billy champion, we're not kill champion. You get me? Champion killer. Not a
Yeah,
champion
for real.
killer.
No, Sister Nine, you're right as well, man. Just being in a place where the music's right and the company's right. There are few experiences like that. And it's so basic and it's so simple, but it's so fulfilling.
So fulfilling.
Yeah, man. It's just, I'm not going to lie. I just love vibes in it.
Well, as we should, Ultra, that's the thing though, because we're built on frequencies. You understand me? That's why we know. Well, when I say that we're built on frequencies, I don't even mean like built, but you know.
No, I know what you mean.
It's within us, and that's why even when we even talk about the whole technological thing right now, which is probably for another day, but I'm saying that a lot of people are probably having very negative reactions to all the technology around them. You understand? Because remember, all these different waves, although they're invisible, they are there. You with me? And if we as humans have our receptors to a certain extent, as we know that our antenna is in the top of our head, etc., then it will be very foolish for us not to believe that there are effects being had by all these different waves going on. And obviously, then we've got 5G also coming on stream soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but like I said, that may be for another day. And I would even go as far as to say that it could be argued that we, black people, might be even more susceptible to such things because we are so highly wired in terms of the frequency. 9 ether, baby. But like I said, that's for a different day, different story. But yeah, man. But back to the no link. All right, 1 second, Books. I thought I put it in your Books back chat. All right, 1 second.
Baby, trust me.
So
Definitely about dancing with some girls in the club. Not with a man them. No,
actually, because I mean, I don't even want to think, but you see, like when I was young, I used to live in Jamaica, yeah, and yo, you see, I was full fets, This is at 10 and 11, they were, and I'm sure I can share with the family my first experience at my school fet regime. Yeah. Obviously now I've left England, so when we speak about school fet, we're talking about Tom Bowler, them ones looking apple bobbing and them thing there. And in my first year in Jamaica, we went to the quote unquote school fet. I should have clocked in terms of the timing that we went there, but I didn't clock. I was a green, you understand? Brethren, listen to me. You see school fet in Jamaica, it's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
And just to say, I done. Oh Lord, I was green, man. That's all I'm gonna say, family. I was green. And I didn't really understand what dancing really meant, like you wanna dance English, you wanna dance? Yeah, them ones. But Monday, when they took the piss out of me, and this is done, and this is Monday morning, when they took the piss out of me, the dancing was bigger, that's what I tell you. Turn myself bigger, you get me? I hope you hear what I'm saying. Monday, they're like, you're English, you dance until you all dance with bigger. You know them ones. You know them ones. Oh,
Come on.
And that's when I realize that there's levels. Levels to the thing, man. But yeah, man, dancing was beautiful.
Hey, and one thing, we're not promoting dancing with bigger is not bad, Make sure you hold on to him tight. You get it?
Yeah. Oh no. I was just
tight.
You know them ones.
Yeah.
He was much bigger than you. Like, he was bigger, man. He was a lovely guy. The cuddly.
He's a real bigger.
Yeah, trust me. Cuddly though, but yeah, man. But dancing, man. What I'm saying is, I also think it's a form of safe sex. Back in the day, they used to call it dry sex and all varying other things. But I would also say that it's a type of fucking contraception. You get me? Because a man and a woman could go to a dance or a girl and a boy, whatever you want to call it. You dance for till. Sometimes the man dance to till. You get me? But everyone's going home and everything's nice. Well, I'm going home nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, sister. I disagree with that. You know,
Wow.
I disagree.
Yeah.
No, because for me, like if I'm hitting a dance floor and I'm hitting it hard, or if I'm dancing with a woman, for me it's not sexual. It's like breastfeeding. Like when I see a woman breastfeeding, for me it's not sexual at all. It's really not. And I won't lie to you, I remember that phrase dry sex in high school, but I was in my head, I was like, no, I never ever thought that way. I never ever thought that way. I don't know. I don't know. But for me, dancing, it's not.
I don't know. You might. I think you're talking about scrubs, innit?
Yeah, scrubsing for me is like that's a different thing. But dancing ain't a sexual thing for me. But the scrubsing, of course, because that's intentional groping, grabbing, touching, there. But the dancing is like I'm hypnotizing you with these sick moves. You understand? It's crazy.
It's a bit of both, though. Ultra. Previously, dancing was definitely a type of sexual. What would you call it? Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, no, it's a mating dances, isn't it? Like I know in certain cultures, like if you didn't have slick moves, the girl would be turned off, and you'd have to go back to YouTube. You understand? Like it's mad. It's mad, but I don't know. I've never felt like it was a sexual thing. And in fact, I'll tell you the truth, yeah. Like twice in my life, I remember, like just like I stood up in it, and then as soon as it was happening, I backed away from her and just ducked out and said, "Yeah, I'm going to buy a drink or something." Because
That's what I'm saying. But that was the next lesson. You understand me? Self-control. That's what I'm saying. It was even like playing to a certain extent. You understand, Carl? Without going off on one, definitely when we're coming up. The thing, well, me anyway. Oh no, you know what? Too much information. But yeah, man.
Rubbish excursion, boy.
Get me.
That's it.
Yeah, they were funny. Them there, when man legs start shaking, no, job done.
Man, I messed up my first Stone Island jumper, boy. Some wallpaper on my back and that, boy.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh
shit.
Oh,
Oh shit.
Mediator. I'm telling you, these were. But I mean, obviously, I'm not saying that those are extreme, but what I am still definitely saying though is that, you know, whether we agree or disagree, dancing together, man and woman, is a type of communication.
Mm-hmm,
You know what I mean? Two is a different type of exchange of energy. Do you know what I mean? A more positive one. You understand? And things like that. I think that the youth of today, they're not having those different experiences of energy changes and shifts. It's all very one or the other. You with me? And even people and coming in the comments of concurring that, you know what I mean? They go out now, everyone just puts up on the wall, Snapchatting. I know I go out, I see man, I watch man. You get me? Girl, I watch girl. It's long who's wearing what, who look good. And you know what I mean? How can you be going out and spend most of your time Snapchatting and even going concert, and then instead of watching the concert through your own eyes, you're kind of watching it.
Yeah, you're filming it.
Yes.
That don't make no sense. I mean, no. Let me not lie. I went to a wrestling thing in the O2, and there was when Triple H came up. I was watching and filming. I'm not gonna lie. I was watching and filming when Triple H came out, but then after a while, I put the camera down because I'm like, fuck's sake, I'm missing it. But
exactly.
Yeah, I'm actually missing it. It don't make sense. Yeah, but kids.
Oh, she killed me in that.
What do you mean? What happened? What?
Yeah, imagine I was filming when Triple H come out though.
But that's the thing, bigger. When you come out, yeah, like I was like, oh shit, Triple H, I've got to film this. I got to film it, and then like
in the process of filming it, not only did my arm get tired, but I was like, I'm actually missing this because I'm looking in the camera to see something that I could just lift my head 3 degrees north and see myself. That's how it's crazy. It's crazy. And I'm an adult and I had to catch myself. Yeah. So that means the kids these days ain't standing a chance.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I used to love wrestling, boy.
Yeah, bro. And when I say
WWF.
the other day, I went to, you're right, man. I went to, right, dude. Yeah, I went to, this was the, I think earlier this year. No, but wrestling, it's shit, bro. Like, half the guys out there, I didn't even know them. The kids these days, man, they're just not, it's not the same anymore. Like, how many of these dudes are playing 40 or runouts? Like, none of them.
Runouts, yeah, I remember runouts.
Runouts, 40.
Yeah,
Kiss,
man.
and Kiss Chase. Like, if you didn't play Kiss Chase growing up, yeah, then we can't be friends. That's what I'm saying. No, serious, bro. Like, just think about the little stupid things that we used to do. Stupid things, but
yeah, man, play Kiss Chase when you really didn't like girls.
Yeah, fuck's sake.
You actually didn't like girls. He's like, what?
Fuck's sake. Yeah.
Get away from them girls.
Oh, mate.
It's really trying to get away and shit.
And that's the thing, bro. It's mad. It's mad. Like, how many of these kids are having the experiences, the clean, like, technology-free experiences that we had? None of them. They've all can like, instantly gratify themselves with the internet. Whereas if certain man wanted to see some booty, like, you had to go to the older end area to see if he had a mic. And there was always one greasy guy in the estate that had a mic. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And then, like I said to you, the other day in Camden, the crowd was way too young for me. It's hard for me to enjoy myself, but when I was looking around, bro, I was just seeing random, like, afraid. If I don't know if afraid is the right word. It's what, like, they don't know how to act. They don't know how to act in certain social situations. Like, I mean, if you're gonna go to your nan's house for dinner, you know you can't act in your nan's house how you act in your brethren's house. That's what I'm saying. And if your brethren lives with his mum, you know you can't act in the brethren's mum's house how you act in the actual brethren's house. You know what I'm saying? And it's like these boys don't know how to act. And likewise, it's the girls. It's like all I'm seeing is just booty popping. What happened to everything else? I mean, like I said, the twerking is aesthetically pleasing. Of course, I'm not complaining. But it's like, all right, but where's the repertoire? What else do you have? Show me something.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's all very one-dimensional, isn't it?
Yeah. It's I don't know. And I listen, I'm not gonna lie. Back in the day, on the dance floor, I was like 1,000 degrees, man. But now with this busty G, this fucking dad bod, I'm like a 5 out of 10 now. So I'm a 5 out of 10. But I will still lick down the candy dance. And I'll take charge as well. I don't give a fuck. But this is the thing. It's like, even in France.
Hey, fam,
in
do you know
France,
what, yeah?
Oh,
do you know what,
man.
yeah? That's the.
Yeah,
you know what,
sorry.
yeah? You know what, yeah? This might piss people off, innit? But fuck candy, innit? Fuck the candy.
I'm not gonna lie, bigger. Listen, that felt like blasphemy to me, and I feel like if you were standing next to me, I would have put my thumb in your eye. I can't lie. Oh my god! Oh shit!
You know why, yeah? Because I remember when them tunes come out the first time, man. Yeah. And my dad used to burn fire on my man.
Cameo with his ball pattern.
Yeah, about him, man. Look what happened to some man. I wear fucking.
Yeah.
He's like, he's got the fucking the groin guard on the outside of his shoes.
The fucking crotch guard.
Leather trousers and that.
And the leather trousers. Oh shit.
Yeah, man. The bad
Yeah,
man up
I
in
can't
it.
lie.
Yeah.
You know what, Shawnee? I can't lie. Yeah, fucking I never actually saw the video growing up. We didn't have Sky or MTV, right? All I know is we used to play vinyls
Yeah. My
and
mum liked
tape
the song though.
cassettes.
My dad used to
That's
bump
how I learned
Byron.
my music. Like,
Hey, yo, listen,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
about to
All
go
right, in
through
a
Black Hole
minute, big
Tunnel,
up,
yeah,
in
so
a
it's
minute.
going to cut out
Yeah,
still.
yeah,
So
in a minute, in a minute.
I'll jump
Yeah,
back on
like
after, yeah?
just growing up, it was like, hi babe.
Peace.
All right, with my dad, it was like ska music and the Scatterlights and Sir Cox and Downbeat. And with my mum, because she's younger, she used to listen to Stone Love and Red Buckley. You know what I mean? And then,
Oh, love movement, man.
yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. And then, like for me, growing up in the 90s, it was Michael Jackson, and then it just kind of transitioned into fucking garage. You know what I mean?
So do you go to garage raves now?
Back to 95.
Oh, when's it? Okay. I've only been to a couple, man, but yeah, listen, when's the next one? Let me know, Ultra.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm not going anywhere for now. Innit? I've got a holiday coming up. But
No, it was more in the winter time.
yeah, them times there, I'm definitely going. Yeah.
Yeah, I went to a couple of is it Southwark? Is it Great Southwark or I can't remember, but yeah, man, some nice vibes, man. Back, oh yeah, they were some good old days, man. Because I started from the acid days. You get me? Acid, acid. Hey, wearing my dad's jacket and all them ones. But anyway, we won't go down that road just now. All right, let me just quickly hit the chats quickly. We got the people them. Bugs the links out in the back, man. It should be there. Street Hauken. Oh God, says big up Nuclear 9. Oh gosh, man. Nuclear 9. Oh gosh. Big up yourself, Street. Big up yourself. Good. It says you can't blame the kids too much. You can only blame the parents. I mean, that's a fair point still. That's a fair point. That's a fair, although I think we also have to acknowledge that a lot of children just ignore their parents. And I think that's increasingly more popular now. I'm sure you would agree, Gertie. But yeah, of course, you have to take the parents into consideration. And Gertie, we also, I mean, yeah, it's true actually, because oftentimes some parents haven't really got much to give a child. You know what I mean? You know, and obviously as well, we're definitely in a situation where children have had children. You know what I mean? So yes. Ah, Empress Aurelie, big up yourself, sister. All right, let me move up a bit. Yeah. Kushti, whoa, big up yourself, sis. Doing great things. Keep up the good work. 100%. All right. Okay. Check live. So yeah, books. And check your WhatsApp as well, bub. Unless they're just deleting it when I'm sending it, which wouldn't surprise me. But no, man, the link is in CC. And it's saying Bugs is live, so at the bottom. Oh, all right. I see a man say morning. All right. Yeah, bless up yourself, Slash. Morning to you too. I don't know if you will send it to me, but yeah, my index or morning. And big up yourself again, Buddha, because I see I'm kind of somewhere where I can see you, and happy belated Earth strong to yourself. I don't know, does that make you Taurus or oh no, you're straight Gemini, innit? Oh, Buddha, you a Gemini? He's probably not listening to be honest, family, because I'm just in that back chat still where I just see him. But it's the 20 them time, yeah, it's Gemini, innit? Say nothing. All right. There is a way to get into his mind. Gerdy says there is a way to get into the kid's mind. Time a parent does show until the kids go to an adult. All right, Empress, jump up and say, yeah, Jemmy season. All right, Empress, your time will come. All right, big up yourself, all the Jemmies in the building. Big up yourselves, man, your time now. Yeah, we say either or all time. Yeah, man, big up yourselves, all the Jemmies, man. A couple of them wrong, but still. There's a way to get into kids' mind. Yeah, again, good. If I don't disagree, but I think what we have to acknowledge, especially in this time in which we're living, is that there are so many different messengers, let's just call them, that parents now have to battle. You understand me? To get to their child and keep hold of their child, even the best parent, man. So I understand what you're saying, and I think obviously it could be argued that other things will also come into play as to how susceptible a child may be to external influences and so forth. Do you know what I mean? But oh, family, hold on a sec, family. Oh, that reminds me, actually, I've got something to do today. Oh gosh, that reminds me, I've actually got something to do today. Right, otherwise they're gonna be written off. So yeah, but I hear what you're saying, man. And again, going forward, these are the kind of discussions that we need to have, man. Because I think everyone might have different perceptions, and I think perceptions is also a very important thing to even discuss. Because even especially even being on this hangouts thing or whatever, I get to really understand how perceptions are really important, and not only that, but about how um, different perceptions can be put out. Do you know what I mean? Whether they be truthful or not. Do you know what I mean? And again, it's about the person that's receiving it. Do you know what I mean? Like, are there parity checks between what's being said and what's being received? You get me? And right now, there's not a lot of parity checking. That's what I'm seeing. You understand? And without parity checks, it's not necessarily that it's truth. You know them ones. You might just be hearing information, and then if you're actually deepening it and programming it and making it stay in your box, it's a problem, man. It's a big problem. So yeah, again, going slightly sideways a bit, but it's very important, man, because even when you just use the word program, you know what I mean? We need to understand what that really means. Even when we mention the word TV, yeah, it's called TV programming. You know what I mean? They could have called it flipping, I don't know, TV options or TV chances or whatever, I don't know. But it's TV programming. Remember that many times they're hiding what's true right in front of your face. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man, perceptions. And I get to understand that, for example, you might have YouTube perceptions, do you know what I mean, of a person. Because remember, no one, you know what I mean, most YouTube people or whatever, you don't really meet them in real life, or you've not yet met many of them in real life. So for many, it's a perception that you have, yeah, and it's going to be based upon what they've given you in terms of their information and what they want to paint of themselves, yeah. And again, like I said, the perception. You get me? But if from the beginning it's a lie, family child, I'm not even gonna I'm not even gonna. Bless up yourself, scattered him saying reach work. We had to start late today. 10 bells. All right. And he's bigging up the family, he's bigging up Kush, he's bigging up Empress RD, he's bigging up Mr. and Boogs. Have you still not? Have you? Family, this is when I know I'm winning, you know. I come get what's this? Money for come get this morning heavy copy in your blood fleet. Oh, look at this. Muhammad Islam come and then W. Riley's come. And look at this family. Look at the spirit of confusion coming straight away. I love it, man. Yeah. My boy coming with 9 either fix up, sis. Fix up what? What are you talking about? Who are you talking to? Who are you? Fam, go and fix up your mummy, your daughter, your sister. Yeah, you know them ones. And then we got what whoever this Riley's is, bless his little cotton socks. Bless his little cotton. Clearly still having wet dreams. You understand? clearly ain't really met a woman in real life, and he's gonna come and say 90 for 99, come get this morning heavy coffee in your blood creep. Imagine family, I'm just over here quietly talking to the family about perceptions and them thing there. And in come the two spirits of confusion. Yeah, and this is Ramadan, you know, on top of it in the family, just to show you the levels. And that's what I mean about perception. Because you have this Muhammad Islam. What's his other name? I can't remember his other name right now. M Stacks. Yeah? Goes on like he's the most righteous Muslim out there. You understand me? Remember, perception. You see how God works, family. God just come give me a living example. Lay it on your plate. Right this up, family. This M Stacks will go on like he's the most righteous Muslim out there. You understand me? Trying to get people to apologize and all kind of something. Yeah? So one, he's come and find himself at my dinner table. He don't even show some manners and respect and come and bless up the place. Yeah, this is what I mean about familiarity, breeding contempt. But this little pom pom also believes that he can just come in with his little wild out talk in Ramadan, you know. Yeah, in a Ramadan. That's what I'm saying. It's exposing season.
Yo.
Yeah, man. Exposing season.
You gotta remember this line. Remember this line. Drop asleep and don't wake up your little bad mind.
For real. And look at that, though, bigger. Was I'm talking about perception. You understand? And then vibrations there, and then look at blood clot pull up. You understand me? Move your blood clean, man. Like, you understand what I'm saying to you, sister? That's what I'm saying. That's why they met me. Enough people met me know. So right now, 90 is winning. And I'm not even trying to win. I'm winning. You understand? Me know, so I'm winning. And we know they can't take it. They don't want no black bitch out here winning. But you can't listen 90 for 99. Way before I come on YouTube. You understand? Oh, Lord have mercy. Now look at this. Lol, I'm not righteous. This is what M Stacks is saying, you know. Big. You hear the confusion, the spirit of confusion now. Now he's saying I'm not righteous. So you see, listen, I'm not even gonna bother to go into it. Fam, M Stacks just go and deal with Ramadan, innit? Allow YouTube and definitely allow 9 in. Yeah. Yeah, if not, there's some blood cleat bacon in the fucking frying pan with an egg. Oh, hold that. Yeah, like
well, Tim will cook sausage on egg.
This is when you know a man is bored. Yeah, this is when you know that Ramadan's killing them, being away from the pastor and everything is just killing them. In M Stacks of all people, send the link, get heat, or keep lying to the people. Then listen to this big pussy on. This is what I'm saying, fam. This is the same thing this morning where people can just come talk shit.
It's delusions of grandeur, man. That's what happens out here. And delusions of grandeur.
Delusions of grandeur. That's just straight lying, slander, and everything else under it. And the man's supposed to be on Ramadan, you know. This is his holy month. This is when he's showing the best of everything. And this is what Pum coming in to say. Like, seriously. Yeah. This so here, listen, Pum M Stacks, yeah. Yeah. What have I lied about? And who am I lying to? Listen,
M Stats, man. Man, you don't get the hashtag, man.
Yeah. Just go about your business, man. You understand me? Like,
you're
bored.
Wrong with Jamaica, fam.
You're bored, man. You're a Jamaican cat. Listen, go and put
wrong with Jamaica, man,
in the wash, yeah? Because you're still having wet dreams. Get out of here, Muhammad Islam. Like, that's what I'm saying. You are a disgrace to Islam, blood. You get me? You just chatting. That's what I'm saying, Billy. Not for the man them online chattings. They're just YouTube fucking people. Because in a real life, that's not how it goes. And that goes across the border, brethren. Not people just chat. You understand me? But in a real life, at a solid team set, and you see, anyway, he's getting exposed all day, every day, man. All day, every day. Watch him coming in here. Now listen to this. Apparently, bigger nationalism and all that is haram, you know. Yeah, apparently, you know. You get me? But you have to big up where you come from, you virgin. Yeah. But Islam, everyone is one and all them something. Watch pussy out in my chat. Big up the Marlies.
Hey, bro, when you tell him come to the park, man, you need to relax, bro. Whether you're younger, man, just relax with that.
Nah, they're bored, man. They're
Yeah,
bored. You can see they're bored.
you
They
need to relax, man.
yeah, that's why no one can take them seriously. That's why I said it's better they don't even talk about Islam. You know, it's just better they do what they're doing and don't even let the word Islam fall out their mouth. Cause they're straight anti-Dawa, straight anti. Bigger. This is Ramadan, you know, and this is what this pum pum is really talking about. Before we lead to hadith or something, you give the people them something to go and edify themselves. He's chatting here, chatting shit. Oh, you lot are washed out, man. Just fuck off, man. Like, seriously. Yeah, go and wash your fucking bed sheets. You know you just finished having your wet dream. Go and tell mommy you love her and go find something to do with you. Like, you're not even needed around here. Yeah, like, you're just stupid, man. Like, seriously, I can't even burn a fire upon you, so you can't. You don't even need fire. You need one match and you're gone. I bet you're as fat as fucking...
Yeah, he's Marks. M Stacks is Margaret style. So I've seen it before still.
Oh, yeah.
We usually catch jokes, man. He was just trolling still, man.
No, but then troll with a little bit of class, then bigger. You understand me? This ain't them settings, innit? And at the very least, you come and you greet. You get me? You show good Muslim manners, but at least giving a greeting. You understand? This is what I'm saying. They're frauds, man. They're all frauds, and all of them are getting exposed one by one. They're all frauds, man. You get me? Talk the talk, fam, but they're not walking the walk. And that's what I'm saying. Enough mouth talk out here. But what we say in the yard, malt me for what? Malt me for talk. See? Malt me for talk. And now people talk. They might chat off their mouth. And they start chat off their mouth with no evocative. And that not get for realize, Virgin, like only you can talk any shit and you don't get checked. You get me? Talk it until it becomes a reality in your own mind. But nah, man, we have to stop this, man. This is a nonsense, man. You get me? You know, with that, let me all just chill. Hold on there. Let me play a one tune. All right. You don't know, family. Look at intermission. Put on the kettle and thing. Remember in the pot there's some saltfish. I asked if the man them left that. I know I see Mr. Lee left with one little plastic container and Phil 7 there in the team, you know. Yeah. But me no say
we got fried dumpling over there, yeah?
Fried dumpling, little saltfish with callaloo and some fried plantain, fam. But you have to draw the tea yourself.
Yeah. Alright.
So I've just left it in
Minty, yeah, minty. Minty?
Yeah, but there's also Rosalie, because I Rosalie me drink. Man, I'll tell a lie. You get me? So whilst you're gonna go and get yourself a little something to eat, let me play a little intermission. You know how we do, But jeez, man, I tell you, man. So this one's dedicated to all the fucking lions out there, man. Stop the lying. Yeah, because you'll never get found out. Exposing season. Stop lying for million. Blow me. Listen to. Said she was your cousin. Found out that she
Hey, not even, man. Come on, pull up, man. Put the rope around him neck and pull up.
What's a pull up?
Come on. Pull up,
Oh,
pull up, pull up, pull up. Rewind that one, man.
good
That was
people.
peppery, man. That was peppery still. That was
Darling.
real rice and peas music there.
You don't know. Come
Trust
on.
me.
And we say
Right.
man and woman settings. That's so we
Jeez.
say. Right. Bring it back. Big up all the family in the building. Make sure you eat your belly full. You know, we do that here. Nice vibes. Remember, knowledge is power. Unity is strength. And that we are dealing with. And that we stand on. Truth and rights. Omega FM. If you know, you know. You said she was your cousin. Found out that she Then surely you're supposed to hold your man, hold your woman, and dance and talk and communicate. Yes, family. You don't know. The little quick bun out. Yeah, and like I said, man, listen, powers, you know, the Most High works, you know, mysteriously themselves.
Yeah. Now, I need for that was a big tune that you raised up then. Still,
Bless up yourself, Billa. I'll
can't
give you
lie for
thanks.
that one.
You know what I mean? Oh, sure. That bless the bedroom. It's like, sure.
For that one.
They wanna, you know what I mean? It's like they wanna bring out the 80s. You know what I mean? And I'll tell you, so them time, Lord of God. But anyway, listen. My sister Melanated, big up yourself. Yeah,
Big up, Melanated.
come
Yeah,
on.
big up everyone in the chat. You get me? That's
Uh-huh.
commenting and taking part, and everyone. You get me?
And I'll see all Melanated. See her, she, you know me. I see she like the hate is real. Like boy, like they just want to see weak. You get me? Some weak, dead and yellow here. And like some of the man them want sick. But some of the man them definitely ain't about raising up their queens. Like that.
Yeah, man, wait. Let me say one thing here about something that was going on the other day. Yeah, I don't know how a man, yeah, who picked up her beans with fucking 6 kids before he even breeded it or even had a kid with her, yeah, could even talk to anyone else about any girls ever. Buddy, you dumb. What the if you're an idiot, bruv. I'm like, fam, are you serious? And you're trying to that was the maddest conversation I ever had in my life. And I was like, I was stunned. I was shocked. Like, how can you even talk on anything, fam? Your missus had not one kid, 6 youths before you even fucking moved to it, fam. What the fuck are you talking about? Get out of here, man. From then, you should have. The debate was over. It's like, bruv, you've lost. There's nothing you can ever tell me about. Nothing about you're trying to call me a baby mum's. No. That was mad still.
Saying big up perception and lies, you understand? And because people
that's why you need to ask people questions, you know. Ask them questions about their shit. You see, that's why I said, okay, so you're saying that then, yeah? So was you married when you met your husband? Yeah. And then we said, all right, everyone started laughing and shit, and then they want to start explaining after. It's like, you lot are idiots, fam. I don't know what part of serious you lot really think you are, fam.
But that's what I'm trying to say, big.
That was some idiot business, man.
Enough people have created so many fairy tales that they actually think it becomes their reality, where they actually come online and talk things that just blatantly no gossip. But because it's so real in their own head, you understand? This is so real that they don't now mind going and spreading this to the whole world. This is what I'm telling you, man. And that's what I'm saying. Perception is so.
But I don't know. I don't know a man. I don't mean a rogue man. I mean I don't know a man that I count as one of my friends that doesn't care about his children or even care about his partner or and you know what I'm saying, like anything like that. Like, so I don't know what this brother's talking about. This babe mother talk. It's like he was talking stuff like that's in the Sun newspaper and shit, but that's not really happening on the roads. You get me? Like, yeah, man. You're nuts still. I bet it was nuts.
Like re-emphasize a particular type of stereotype. You understand? Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. And then sure.
He lost himself. That's what it was. He actually thought. He really thinks that we're the people that he's talking about.
Exactly.
He really, in his mind, he really believes that Raspect is you are and me and whoever else was on the panel that day. We're the actual people that he's talking about. But
exactly, but that's a very
that's what I keep saying, man.
You understand? And you know there's other people that have that kind of view and opinion, but I'm telling you, so we can't just bond down them and sit with them. You get me? Because I am everything that he would love to be. Them are the facts. Because what should I tell you? Yeah. No, but these are facts. These are facts. You understand me? Because if it's a thing like I
True.
take me and my family, yeah, you get me, and he takes him and his family, and we both go to his Nigerian village. You understand me? Wherever he comes from in Nigeria, who you think is going to be getting the most love? Oh, you mad?
They'll laugh about the village, but
Oh, you
they'll come in there
crazy?
with his 6 other youths and all that. Fam. Like, yo, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah. This Jesus needs to call himself, man. But that's what it is, man. I see a lot of, and one of the brothers coined it a certain way, but I can't even remember it, man. But there are definitely a lot of I mean, Betty calls it breastfeeding, and before I didn't quite clock washing, but I kind of I've got a slightly different angle. But I see like there's enough men out here. They can't stand on they can't stand on their balls, man. You get me? And because they can't stand on their own balls, it's like they want to come and take away my ovaries type of thing. And you can't do them, man. It's one of them ones. And
Yeah, it's like the way my man hates respect as well. It's like, I can't, you know, I don't really understand how man can really hate respect like that still. Like,
because they hate the powers,
you know that like you might hate something he says, but not like as an actual person. Like, he's all right, man. He can't be a good guy, fam, man.
That's where the crab in the barrel thing come in. You get me?
Yeah.
That's me. That's the crab in
But
the
you know
barrel.
what? Yeah, to tell the truth, yeah, I ain't really seen him personally, in my own opinion, really do anything that I would say, right? Do you know what? That's bad, man. Maybe once or twice that I might not agree with or whatever, but nothing like majorly, like, I don't know, still, man. You got me, like, yeah, man. Wow. Yeah, for a man to say that he's glad that Respect was sold as a slave, and he's glad that people was made into slaves and so and so. And he comes from the place where the slaves were taken from. It's like, I don't know, bro. How do you get to think? What makes you think like that? Like that's what you that's okay and shit.
And not only that, how can you say that with your wife sitting beside you, who basically is who, you know what I mean? Like I say in it, you heard me been saying it from the circle. The sickness is real, man. Yeah, and there's a lot of different sicknesses out here being seen on the tube, and they're coming out in all type of ways. You understand me? And that's why if your third eye is not open, you will be a lemming. You understand? So the people then better open up that third eye. Yeah, otherwise you better start looking forward to that cliff. And that's why I have to big up my brother Callum here. Callum came with the thing of he wants the people then to apply critical thinking. You get me? And I think that's so important because a lot.
I rate that. Yeah, I rate that.
Yeah, because a lot clearly don't. Yeah.
But you know what? Like, another thing, like Kalam, I didn't rate everything that he done, yeah, but I definitely rate Kalam as a person. Like, so, do you know what I mean? Like, so, yeah. I didn't rate all the moves he done, especially with the tan thing and that. I didn't rate that still, but I still rate him in general. I still rate him as a person, like, and a good don in the community.
And also, you got to judge someone by the body of their works, not just. You understand? Wow.
On occasion, yeah.
Yeah, man. That is what I think. You understand me? But no, man. Big up. Listen, like I said in it, big up all the Titans. You with me? That was always my team. Big up all the man them because man them had it locked. Yeah. In every.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. It could have went a different way. Like. God, finish what you was gonna say still, but it could have went a different way, man.
Of course, but ego and this and that and and boom, boom, boom. It is what it is, man. But it could have definitely gone a different way. But if you check it anyway, but I just say maybe I could go that way there for the next stage to happen. You understand? Because some could argue that they've gone on to do other stuff, and you know, so. Maybe sometimes when a door closed, you know, you need that one to open. So
Yeah, and another thing, it's probably even good as well because it's like sometimes you need to see yourself as the hero, innit? What I realize is a lot of people are actually looking for someone that they, do you know what I mean? Like that they can say I is the hero, so they don't have to do the work themselves, sort of thing.
that's right.
Does it make sense? Yeah. So man want to look up to Ras, man want to look up to Jedi and hang on words that man say and so because they don't want to do the actual work there's themselves or say the shit themselves or whatever. You get me? So yeah, it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? Like obviously we want people to step up and do whatever they can in it, but also we need people in the background to do work as well. So see yourself as someone
You're
in
breaking
it.
up a bit, Bob.
So for community. Yeah, so yeah, just carry on though anyway because I got bad reception where I am.
All right, baby, you're breaking up a little bit still, but all right, cool.
Yeah.
Whilst you're fixing up there. All right, family. So I'll go on in the morning, yeah. But yeah, basically, as Bigger was saying, man, you know, it takes all sorts. It takes all sorts, and I think that that's something that we have to reiterate going forward. You understand me? We can't just have one type of child. We need children in every arena and in every sector. Do you understand me? And let them know that the sky's the limit. This is what we've got to be telling them, not giving echo chambers of doomsday, for example. So let me just quickly hit the tracks now. Now I'm gonna pursue not this little idiot stats. I mean, you know what it is. They're so bored. They really are bored. And they obviously don't really respect Ramadan. It's just a word to them, man. That's what I'm saying. Perception, man. Not people they're just guises, man. They're just guises. They're not real. Oh, hold on. Oh, what's the TV's made a left a comment? Hold on a sec. Sis 9E for my apologies for anything personal.
What's he saying?
Sis 9E for my apologies for anything personal I said that offended you. Hopefully one day we can sit down and have discussions about the topics and bring information to the public peace and love and health. Wow. That's a turnaround. Big up yourself, Beefy. Don't know. Bless up yourself, man. And yeah, maybe.
What happened? I didn't hear that.
Sis 90, my apologies for anything personal I said that offended you. Hopefully one day we can sit down and have discussion about the topic and bring information to the public. Peace, love, and health. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Like I said, give thanks.
Yeah, big up Beefy still. Yeah, big up for that still. I like that still.
Obviously, I am gonna give a little reply to that. But yeah, man, big up yourself. It's just a shame that that wasn't the sentiment in the first instance before you dragged my name for a week. But anyway.
You know what the ladies are like, from. You can say sorry today, yeah, but I take a little time for the sorry to kick in.
Well, it depends. You know what I mean? Who knows how much damage has been done to my name in that week? You understand? Real talk. But
yeah, but you're strong though. You get me, and you go through. You know what direction you're heading in as well. You get me. So whether someone's chatting shit about you or not, you're still gonna keep going what way you're going, innit? So that's what I was trying. Don't get too caught up into the this one saying this and that one saying that. You still just head in the direction that you're supposed to be going to. Innit? If it gets on your nerves that much, then you stay away from whatever people were saying, innit?
No, I hear what you're saying, big man. I hear that still. I hear that, man. Give tight to it. I hear that. All right. It's just wilding. I mean, I actually feel sorry for them, you know. Some of these young boys, I feel sorry for them, man.
What's MStats dealing with that?
Although at one point it goes, "Lol, Empress, white flag, never that black flag to death." This is Ramadan, you know.
Yeah, but
Ramadan.
you gotta remember that he's a younger as well, isn't it? Like, so obviously, sometimes he's busting jokes about certain things where you might not really find that fun in it, or you might not really get.
No, I
to
hear when you say you're busting joke and all of that, yeah. But it's Ramadan.
Yeah, man's supposed to be on
Big
good
artists
mode, isn't it?
corner. Listen to this. Listen though, 90 for 99. You ain't a goddess. That's very shirky committed to. You see what I'm saying? Well, anyway, make we continue, Carl. And the
It's
thing
mad,
is,
isn't it? But all right, so when people say that, yeah, it's like it's cool for you. So you wanna diss other religions, but you don't want no one to criticize your own religion or nothing, and you don't want no one to say nothing bad about your shit, but you want to talk shit about other people's things. It don't make sense, cuz.
this is what I mean about perceptions, baby. But it's all good because it's been a good year, really, because the exposure is real, man. So we don't even have to worry about them too much, to be fair. But like I said, Stacks, just go and take your dirty things that you're still having wet dreams, give them to mommy and tell your mommy to wash them for you, okay? Yeah? And then go and pick up your Quran and go learn about something. You understand me? Learn about something, little boy. Oh, bless you anyway. I can't be bothered. But yeah, man, that's how Melanated said that's how I feel about it. Kind of thing, but everyone's allowed mistakes. Exactly. Kalam brought me to the UK. Oh, there you go. Well, sis Melanated said that Kalam directly bring her come. So we'll have to pick him up for that, man. What would life be without Melanated on the YouTube, man? So big up yourself, Melanated. You've done, man.
Yeah, big up.
100%, man. All right. Okay, so someone coming and saying Muhammad is not Muslim. Yeah, one of the brothers come and deal with him, man. You know what I mean? If we start dealing with them, they're gonna start bawling and say that we was
Right. You're an Islamophobe. You're an Islamophobe, but you didn't say nothing about it, man, first. Shut up, man. Shut up.
Yeah, Punjab, just tell him about good manners and, being Ramadan and how we should be a good example, especially in this time and all them type of things, my brother. I'd appreciate it.
Someone Muslim and tell him to shut up.
And big up to yourself too, Mr. Brother Punjab, man. Ooh, Lady Divine. Whoa. Big up yourself, sis, man.
Big up.
What happened to Bugs? Bugs kept telling me about the link. I'll give you the link X amount of places from the team. Big up yourself, sis. If you want to come on, let me know, man.
Yeah, I still got far to go anyway, man. So I'm gonna be up in her.
Yeah, so what, you're on some out of London thing today?
Yeah, I'm on some West London shit, man, but
okay.
I'm stuck in some traffic right now.
Okay. Yeah, man. So people, yeah, we got bigger family in the building. He's out there and his asset building family, yeah? Asset building. And what I'm saying, let me even just take this opportunity, because I have to remember they put my own show, so sometimes I can talk when we want to talk. But family, you remember it was a couple of weeks ago, I come on the Rise and Peace, I'm saying, you know what, family? There's enough people on YouTube doing whatever they're doing. And I've said something like, you know what I mean? If we could talk about the past on an everyday basis, and talk about things that it could be argued can't even be proven and whatever, then at least let us spend a little bit of time talking about something that we know to be real and valid in a today life. You understand what I'm saying? I said to the family, come let us re-educate ourselves together about certain financial and money situations. You understand me? So that we can actually become the people that we want to be in the places that we want to be in, not to be at the bottom of that ladder in which people complain about. So make we re-educate ourselves, family. That's all I can really say. And drop one or two little things. And I think I must have definitely said about find out on that week. I said find out if you could work as a limited company in your workplace, because that way you'll get all your money first. And you understand? Boom. I mentioned, I said, and me family, at some point, I'm going to be bringing what I'm doing. You understand me? But what did I always say? Don't, even if you're not going to look to what I'm, go and find something for yourself.
Yeah.
You're dealing with multiple income streams, and that's all my vibration was, you know, bro.
Yeah,
You understand? From the left, from the right. Fam, from Deso, nothing but heat. I'm saying, what the fuck? You know, when me I turn some back, brethren, I mean, I really, I'm saying, but look at that. I've come, yeah. It's not even like I've come out and said, yo, I'm going to sell on a boom, boom, I'm going to sell your bottle, boom, 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 and the whole nine. All I come and said to the family is that going forward, we need to look about asset building. Because that's what the sensible people do, that's what the rich people do, and and from this or nothing but heat. You understand me? Heat. So I'm thinking, rotted. If I'm getting heat about something that is, at the end of the day, is a positive thing, no one can't tell me that encouraging someone to take your dead fiat money and turn it into an asset. No one can tell me, say, that's stupidness I'm talking to the family about. No, you understand? But man, I get heat, you know, for 7 days. Like my name's, like some others. And what I'm saying, so what if I really come out and say, come sell some book? Let's come sell some book, man. Goddesses, come. Goddesses, come now. Let's go sell some book. We can get some of it. You get me? I probably will get rated, fam. Yeah. Listen, mad thing.
Shit, bro, you'd be on the next Big Brother and all that.
Yeah. I remember I said that I know that I might get a bit of heat or whatever. I said I'm not gonna lose. I might lose some people along the way. People might not be here for that info. They might really just to be about it. You understand the community, blah blah blah, passive, whatever. But I definitely didn't. And then I was reminded of something a very sensible guy once told me. He said, really and truly, he wouldn't necessarily put his business online because there's too much haters out there. And my vibrations, I was like, look on that. And really and truly, I didn't even really put out my thing. Yeah. All I've done is hashtag. All I've done is a hashtag. You understand me? And all I've done was spoke about how we should be trying to change certain of our behaviors. Who can go against us being less of a consumer? Like, who can go against that? Who can go against us trying to extend our black pound or whatever? When you get me, when we're talking about black Christian cosmetics and other business, or like, who can go against them? Like, I don't understand. But anyway, it is what it is, man. Like, spirit of confusion is real, man, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure if people are being real in what they talk on YouTube, or if it's just a YouTube persona. I'm hearing a lot of contradictions. I'm hearing a lot of lies. You understand me? Just lies without no apology. You get me? And then a little disclaimer. Yeah, anyway. All right, family. So yeah, man. But yeah, but I'm still gonna keep doing what I'm doing, bigger though, because I know I'm right. That's the thing, bigger. I know I'm right. You understand? I know I'm right. And the thing is, yeah, because unless the lights going out mean the end of the world, you understand? You need to plan for the future, and you need to plan for your the future and your children's future.
I think, yeah. Having instead of it feeling like it's different teams going against each other, it should sort of be like it's the whole company hedging its bet. So one side works on this, one side works on that, one section does that, one section. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone don't have to do the exact same thing. That. If we all do the exact same, that's how we can all get picked off anyway, and all lose. But if we're all heading in different directions, but are under the same umbrella, like we all want the same thing at the end. Do you know what I'm saying? Like everyone wants to be free, like and
Absolutely.
do you know what I'm saying? Like everyone wants. No one really wants to work 10 hours a day or anything like that, or more. Or do you know what I'm saying? Like, right, if you could sort a situation out in the world where everyone was working 4 hours a day, and you're spending more time at home with your family, and people, no one was homeless, and do you know what I'm saying? People were able to eat a decent meal, like just the simple shit was taken care of. Then I don't know, man. That will elevate everyone else to the next level, wouldn't it?
You all know what a utopic world could look like. You understand me? And I would be all for a utopic world, because in a utopic world, everything can just be different. But at the end of the day, that's not what it is. That's not reality. This is reality, and unfortunately, we have to be through. Even the biggest chill. I'm not even gonna go down there. But yeah, man. Anyway, in fact, like you said, let me just stick on my spirit. My team family is where I can. You understand me? I want to spread information about intergenerational wealth where I can. I want to do things where we change the narrative. You understand, where I can, and I mean, I don't mind saying that Sunday's performance wasn't necessarily under that subheading, but that's not necessarily something. But from time to time, I just sort of things set. You get me? But for me, it's about creating an echo chamber in which first my child. You get me? Because first, anything you do for family, you have to start a yard. Yeah, you start a yard before you dance. Oh God. So the most important thing now, I've got to make sure that my son is surrounded by a positive echo chamber of what I want to be happening for him in the future. Now, right now, I know best. He don't know what's best for him. I do. So I've got to make sure that I put those things in place. I want my son, whoever else comes after it or whatever, I want them to be bosses. You understand? I don't want them to be workers. I want them to be bosses. And the only way in which we can make our children become bosses is to create, to give them that sentiment from early on. You with me? And what I was trying to explain to the families, that is what rich people do. That's why you can have a dumb kid who's a rich kid that's dumb, but he can go on like the rich. You understand what I'm saying to you? The cleverest thing out there, because it's been programmed into him that he is something. Even the parent might know that this is a dumb youth. No, I'm being slightly facetious, but you understand what I'm making of that. It's about how you program your child. And then if we program, because you hear that word again, family, program. It's very important. Yeah? Because all of us that have, it could be argued that I've got a voice on YouTube and different platforms and whatever, TV, radio, whatever. We have I don't want to say responsibility. Well, it could be argued it's quite a responsibility because of the people that you may be able to reach, and obviously those persons are listening. Yeah, understand? Now what I'm saying is like the programs that are being dropped. So if you're in a place where all you're hearing is negativity, you with me? Then that's the vibration you're gonna be, you understand me? Moving with. If you're in a place where you're hearing positivity and that type of go, you understand me? Go get, then that's what you're gonna create. And I'm arguing that that's what we need to be creating for not just ourselves, but for our children. More importantly, because if we just keep creating negative echo chambers within their existence, what do you expect them to go and create? They're gonna create what they hear. Not only what they see, because obviously you can see certain things that because remember, and that's why again the different sites, the different senses, are so important. You with me? So we know, for example, that the powers that be are using all things possible, all senses, to get in their team. This is what I'm saying. This one, when man's breaking down certain things, man, people are going on like we don't know this information. You get me? What information there about money, credit, all them things that was out before YouTube. You understand me? We read them information that in a book long time. So it's not new information. However, the important thing that I want to now say is we're still here. Do you understand? So that's why sometimes you see knowledge, you got to be very careful. But that's what I said, because sometimes you know a thing and it paralyzes you. I know a good few men that have been paralyzed by knowledge, Virgin.
Mm.
You understand? Thank you. And even we even saw it live in a certain way with Blue Lion. You get me? Where too
Yeah,
much,
yeah, yeah.
no matter
Too
how
much,
good or
yeah, too
how
much
good,
information. Yeah,
no good.
yeah. I think I spoke about this on Jedi show before. Sometimes it seems like some people are smart, and then it's like they get too much information. It seems like, and then it's like from there they start to go in a bit of a decline, and then it's I don't know, it's just a bit goes a bit funny still, but yeah, man. But still, sometimes, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because and yeah, you got to be very careful because and that's what and it's a very especially to even younger people coming up that are gonna be probably hearing certain things and whatever. You understand me? Especially now we're in the information age where these informations are available at a click of a finger. So all I
Yeah.
want to say is that we just have to make sure that they filter the right information in the right way, but still are able to get up tomorrow and function. You with me? Because if you're a person that wants certain information right now, you might not go out the next day and function because you might be like, yeah, fuck it. What's the point? You get me? This is gonna happen. That's why I've always said, always from morning from my youth, I've always said that a realist is a pessimist. You understand me? Because if you really deep your situation, you could never be happy. You get me? From chemtrails to food poisoning to giving the people them horse to eat. You
Mm.
understand me? To flipping heart. You get me? All of these things.
Yeah, but it's
So
like obviously that them issues are there, yeah, and it's like, what can we do? We have to do something to counter it, innit? Like, there's what, and I don't know, like,
I
what
mean,
can you do to counter the chemtrails or whatever without getting any sort of financial backing behind you? There's not really going to be much you can do.
no, I mean, and obviously you could make as many people aware as possible. You know what I mean? Because knowledge is power. You understand me? The thing is, though, for me now, um, you don't. It's not always about because back in the day, yeah, when you're coming up, you're getting certain knowledge or whatever, and like so that's why I said I overstand. You understand? Even though I've been at the fiery end of it, I understand when Brother Beefy is dispensing information. You understand? I understand when you want to wake up your people. I understand that. You with me? But what I was gonna also say is that sometimes the information is not necessarily about what you can do with it. Because you see, like you're just asking the question there now, Bigger, like what can you do with it? It's a very valid question. Yeah. Now, for me, the liberating thing was knowing it, knowing the truth. You know, the truth shall set you free. For me, it's one of them ones. It's not necessary that I can do anything about that truth, but it sets me free in my mindset. You get me? Because remember, right now the battle is in the mind. You understand what I'm saying to you? So for me, truth is also about just setting my mindset free. You get me? So, and I'm saying that to say it's not always that you can know an information and necessarily apply it in a certain way. Because one of my questions would be to Beefy now, you want to tear down the system, this, that, and the other, anarchy, all the rest of it. But one, what are you doing about that? How you understand me? What are you currently doing to achieve that? Do you know what I mean? You understand me? Apart from, I don't know, not having a credit card.
Yeah, I know, but obviously, with obviously, if man's really trying to, man's not really going to give you. I understand when the man's not
Okay,
really going
fair
to give
enough.
you the answer
For
to because
information.
that's like giving your war plans out on
Mm.
Fingerboard. But I'm like, I understand that still, but
Yeah,
I'm saying that,
okay.
well, obviously, when if you're giving the information out, like, at least when people asking questions of an alternative, if you've got an alternative, then that you can say that, at least say, let man know about that still. Like, so if you're saying, rah, don't use don't use cash because you should stockpile, I don't know, something else, because one day cash is not going to be worth nothing. I don't know, like I don't know the answer in it, because like it's not my stance still. Like I believe in trying to get guap.
I mean, listen, yeah. The thing is, yeah, let me be honest. You see me, yeah. I'm not, because again, I've heard money, that is not even me, Biggie. Because if I wanted money, to be honest, I would have taken a completely different path in my life. You get me?
Yeah.
Whilst I was being programmed to go and get money for these people, yeah, I was already deprogramming myself. You get me? When I left uni and people were coming to do their milk rounds and going to look like graduate job, fam, I was in Jamaica for 8 months, sunning my black ass, smoking the highest thing and kicking back with my parents and then ones. So the point I'm making is that from morning, I'm enlightened to the thing. From morning. You understand me? So it's not even like, again, like these little programs, but it's not that. But what I can certainly now say many moons later, now with a child, more importantly, because that's, you see, in a life, you can be one way. But you see, when you get another responsibility, shit's supposed to change in my mind.
What else I want to do?
What's that, babe?
And yeah, what I'm trying to do now, yeah, is why I keep trying to say, why I'm trying to get guap, yeah, is because I'm trying to swap. Right now, I'm swapping my hours for money, innit? So how you're working so and so hours for so and so money, but I'm trying to do less hours for more money, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to work less hours to get more money, so I can spend more time doing whatever I want. So obviously, it's still just the end goal is still freedom, yeah. But you have to finance the freedom, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
So that's basically what I was trying to say. But everyone, I'm not giving that out as a blueprint that everyone else has to. You have to do this or whatever. That's what I'm trying to do. You get me? I've never promoted anything like that. Right? You have to follow what I'm not. I don't even believe people should follow a religion or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? That because yeah, just leave that there still. But I'm just saying that's what I'm trying to do myself.
And to be honest, Biggage, yeah, without broadcasting your thing, yeah, get me. That's what I would expect from a person in your situation. Do you understand? You understand what I'm saying to you? You know, you
Yeah.
you get me? I forgot what they're gonna do. Especially if we want to. The thing is, you know, for me, the paradox is, how can we talk about coming off the bottom of the ladder without expending energy of some sort to help to to help the flipping, you get me, to help the flipping climb. You understand what I'm saying to you? Oh, I just don't understand. But at the same time, yeah, it is what it is. But at the same time, look, everyone's here for a different reason, isn't it, Carl? Let's not go on like, you know, that's a singular type of thought. You understand what I'm saying to you? But I'm saying, as much as I want bonnet too, but just in case it don't go a certain way, I still need to make sure that my youth eats in it, and make sure that he's programmed to make his youth. That is intergenerational. Just like intergenerational could be granddad went to jail, dad went to jail, son went to jail, nephew went to jail. You understand what I'm saying to you? So all I'm saying is that we need to, let's be the change that we want to become in it.
Swap around to dad got a first business, son had 2 businesses. You get me? Then third son was able to make a full change in his whole area and whatever. You know, like basically, there's people that's quote unquote in charge and setting rules up, that's to our detriment and demise. Yeah. Why are we not trying to be the ones in the place that is making the rules that are going to put us in a better position?
Exactly. But babe, that's what I'm saying here. That's what clever people do, because you can look throughout history and see that if you see what oppressed people do, yeah, is come back. Look at the sure. You understand the point that I'm making? Even if you look, even in England here, look what different communities do. Look how and where they're trying to place themselves. Right now, the mayor of England, of London, is Asian. Yeah. The next person that's going to be the going up for the Conservative team is going to be an Asian man in that. I can't even remember his name right now. Wait a minute there. I'm sure someone in the chat knows what I'm talking about. The bald
Oh,
headed.
the bald Muslim guy,
Yeah.
the
You
bald
understand?
Muslim conservative. Yo, they're taking the mick out of us, innit, sometimes, don't you think?
Say
They're
that
taking the
again,
mick
bro.
out of us. I think they're taking the mick out of us sometimes. Like, it just happens. He's like a cultural Muslim more than an actual practicing Muslim, really, innit? So,
That may be the case, but watch this again, Biggie. Perception, bro. You understand? Perception. So how he may go on in a real life, yeah. But trust me, when they give him the labels, remember that's gonna come up in it.
yeah.
Yeah. And all I'm saying is, because you hear others say that we shouldn't be putting people into politics, I'm saying that's stupidness. That's exactly what we should be doing. If you're saying that you're going to live in this society and you're going to be like part of it, then that's what we need to be doing. If you're saying you're going to be living on the outside, then nothing doesn't matter, does it? You just got to wait until doomsday, and that's it. But for those that are kind of,
Yeah, do you know why? Yeah, because even it's because I understand, yeah, how politics has fucked up most of our home nations, yeah. But right now, politics is in control of most of our home nations as well. So that's why I say I understand when men are against politics and whatever as well. But we've either got to have a politician in there, or you need to pay for one, innit? Because these brothers are making rules, and these people are lobbying different tax breaks and so for their own communities and so that they're bettering themselves with, that we're not able to do, and we're not able to get for ourselves. And really, it's coming off the backs of our home countries.
but exactly. Well, and that's what I'm trying to say, though, Bigger. We know these things. So what do? We continue to stay on the sidelines and point fingers of like, no, where this, where that, where this, where that. You understand me? Whilst it still continues to happen, yeah? Or do you somehow get involved in the most cleanest way you know how, whatever? You with me? To get on your journey. Because
That's
I'm
why
telling you, if the fucking lights are still on in 100 years' time, yeah, there's certain generations down there, they're going to be pissed. Yeah, because I'm telling you, they are not going to want to be hearing that great grandma Nyetha. Was just burning fire. I don't know. Maybe, and as well, and do you understand? No, I didn't probably actually, because I wasn't. Yeah, I was burning money and all that. So I overs. That's the thing, I overs. But like I said, I got a youth, and the responsible thing is to try to instill some intergenerational wealth. You with me?
I can't understand the point that the man them is making, about burning down the system and so and so and so and so. But I'm like, I don't see how we're going to make it beneficial to us to burn down the system if we don't even know how to build a hospital, feed the poor, or any. Do you know what I'm saying? That yeah, there's still going to be, although people are against systems, there's still going to be systems that are going to need to be there. Do you get me? Like,
that's the thing. Even
they're going to need to be there to be in place. Like, people are gonna get ill, innit? Like there's gonna be old people, there's gonna be young people. People are gonna have babies. I don't know, man.
No, I agree, man, and that's, you know what I mean. When you're, them are the kind of questions that obviously get asked when you drill into, you understand me, a premise like that. You understand? I mean, the important thing is at the end of the day, the two can't mix in it.
Oh shit! Hello. 95, you there? Yo, press 1 in the chat if you can hear me still. Alright. I think it was 9's reception cut out still. Yeah, when 9 comes back, I'll go to send the link still. Yo, 9's you back? I think she got bad reception, you know.
Family, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sure the link's out there.
Yeah.
All right.
You got man like B2. Man like Raf wanted the link as well, you know.
Big up, bro. Bless up.
Yeah, big up B2. Big up Melanated.
Big up. Renegade Ruff. How can I get that young man, dude? Are you correct? I think you should come on as well, babe. Renegade Ruff.
Man, I don't understand this whole contact business on freaking Hangouts. It's you don't even know who's
And Hangouts keeps doing weird stuff as well. So I've actually seen the interview. Kojo, you should have the link. What's going on?
Yeah. Hey, big up Lady Divine, man.
Rest up yourself, sis. You good?
Who, me?
Yes, you, sis.
Oh. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just got all wrapped up in the conversation. I'm supposed to been out the bed getting ready for work, and I'm just laying there.
It's half term over here.
It's what?
Where it's the schools are on holiday over here.
Oh, I wish.
Yeah.
I'm not on holiday. I got
holiday, man.
This is like the longest 2 weeks left, man. This is the final countdown, but sure.
You have a longer summer. So you're 2 weeks away from your summer holiday.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have 8 weeks.
8 weeks, baby.
Wow.
I'm so excited.
That is wonderful, man.
Mm-hmm.
That is wonderful. I don't want to say I'm jealous, but that is wonderful.
Slightly hated.
Just with that in mind, just push through these last couple of weeks. Just push through, girl. Just push
8 weeks to 8 weeks to listen to Bigger talk about passive income.
Come on.
What I'm saying? Give me some generational wealth, hook up my family, my offspring, set them up good.
Facts.
You know, like I said in the chat, you know, for me, I would think it would be wise to plan for both. You know, we never know. The lights may go out. You know what I'm saying? So I want to learn how to start a damn fire with some sticks or something. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with learning how to do that.
Exactly. And that's what I said. You can learn. It's about the balance, isn't it? Because in any instance, you have to be prepared. In any instance, and that is what That is got to be, and I don't want to take it too far to the right, but I'm probably gonna. But all right, let's look. All right, let's take. I mean, I can definitely take the Jamaica for example, and maybe you may even agree with America, yeah. But like Jamaica's got the most churches per square mile, yeah.
Mm.
So you know that regardless of the other little bits and bobs that you hear about Jamaica, like Jamaica's deep in the Christianity, yeah, and that's definitely a colonial legacy that's been had. And I know also in America, you know what I mean. I know that.
Oh, it's serious. It's serious over here with some
Uh,
Christianity.
All right, you understand, and we know that millions of pounds get paid in tithe weekly. In even England as well. That's what I'm saying.
mm.
Okay, so my thing is, yeah.
I would probably say hundreds of millions of dollars. I would say like, because like any given church could probably raise like a couple 100,000 on a Sunday. When you think of like a mega church like Joel Osteen, or you know
Yeah, but
some
they're pimping though. The reason why
sometimes
they're
they
giving
running
the
like
money.
3 services in one day. Like they morning service and then afternoon service and then special service. It's crazy.
And every service there's a collection, right?
And it's more than one collection. It could be the pastor collection. You got the benevolent connect collection. Because you can't help the parishioners from the regular collection. So you got to have a separate collection for the benevolent people. That's the needy people. Then you got the pastor appreciation. Just show the pastor you appreciate the pastor. You might have a building fund. You might got the missionary collection. Shoot, it's serious.
So let's go a bit further than this. So what I'm saying is now, yeah, with all of that, yeah, and we're all following God and the pastor and the red and the boom boom boom. But you know what I mean? Like you would think that if you've got 3, 4 generations of people doing that, you're supposed to see a little bit of something somewhere, isn't it?
It's some idiot thing, man. Many people going to be paying millions of dollars to church, yeah. But it's a pimp thing, isn't it? Because they're fooling up the people, making them say, "Yo, if you give good tithes and do so and so, then you're going to get the pie in the sky when you. But it's when you die, you get the results. But so what I
Yeah,
do,
that bothers.
I need to pay now for when I die.
Mm.
This pimp, that's pimping, man.
Yeah, that bothers me a lot sometimes. I start to think about it, like, where does the money go? You know what I mean? When you start to think about it.
It's pimp, bro. Because they do the same thing in the UK churches as well.
We'll
There's
talk,
big
we'll talk.
churches over here now as well. They look
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
size of cinemas. Taking, where the old cinemas used to be on your ends? Now it's a church.
Mm.
You get me?
Up in
What we doing?
near Finsbury Park as well, and that, yeah. And then look at that now, yeah. The thing is now, this is what I'm saying now. Are they gonna got right? So whilst we're giving away all that money, and remember we're giving away all that money because we're waiting for what?
For the pie in the sky.
Yeah, I mean we're waiting for. You understand? So meanwhile,
Nanifa, big up yourself. What you saying?
oh my gosh, hold on, let me switch up. Well, I know that voice, but just make sure. I love
Uh,
that.
I don't even want to go to it like to that point, but you know, it just like while you were just talking, it just hit me. Like a little Christian scholarly stuff just popped into my mind, right? Because
yeah, that's hit me a lot.
one of the one of the main scriptures that they use like for paying tithes and offerings is in Malachi, which is in the Old Testament,
Mm.
right? And it's a scripture where Jesus is in the New Testament, and Jesus is talking about, he tells someone how to inherit the kingdom, and he said sell everything you have. So I'm
There
like,
you go.
okay, if you were Christian, you really shouldn't want to have like material possessions. right? But I mean, I guess if you like following like some straight like Hebrew, Old Testament Torah only, all right, maybe I could rock with you. You want some give your first tenths to the all right, I could rock with you. But this, like, if you were a Jesus follower, you're supposed to be like just way giving more than you receive, like just based off of your doctrine. Like, I just don't. I don't know.
It's pimping, man.
I know somebody gonna
Yeah,
say
pimping,
something,
isn't
but
it?
That's what it is. It's pimping, man. It's running game. You running game on people and giving them, letting them believe what you really don't believe in. You just try. You just be as convincing as possible,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they spin you as much money as
but
possible.
but when I was a Christian, I think I felt more like I was, the pastor, whoever they were, that I was kind of making it more comfortable so that they could do their duty as a pastor. You know what I mean? Like this, so they wouldn't have to be working 10 hours a day, and I would benefit from whatever gift I believed that they had from God. So I think that the people who are giving definitely have good intentions. It's more so of the other people, like, taking advantage of that, taking advantage of their willingness to just give up all they dough.
Yeah, yeah, sad,
They
man.
believe they're doing the right thing.
Totally. It's very sad, man. That's how I
Yeah, but
feel.
that's why it's sad though, because really and truly, it's it's because you believe that it's something that's going to help you go to heaven. Yeah, so really, really and truly, yeah, it's taking advantage of someone's selfishness as well. Do you know what I'm saying? That
Mm.
yeah. So it takes it because really and truly, the selfishness thing about it. Yeah, like obviously, I'm not trying to drag anyone's religion and that. My mum's a Christian, yeah. So yeah, and all that anyway, yeah. But like the selfishness about it is that because you feel like you're gonna do something to make you go to heaven, you won't go against it in it. So you won't say, I don't I'm not you're not gonna challenge it. You're not gonna ask no awkward questions and then sort of just gonna stick with it. You get me? Like the fuck? It's mad stuff.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. It's hard for me as well.
So yeah, and even so bless up, brother Kojo. Sorry, darling.
Bless up, Nanifa.
Bless up yourself. You all right?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. I hope I haven't dropped my stripes because of my little thing will be on Sunday with my young. Get me? With the young boys and that.
Oh yeah. I remember. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, but just
Big
know
up.
that's a one-off. Yeah, so don't judge me. But yeah, family, and then okay. So even developing on from what we just said, because if there's one thing that we do know that we're sending down intergenerationally, it's the whole, you understand? Religion or whatever you want to call it. You understand what I'm saying to you? That's definitely something that's getting sent down intergenerationally. I suppose the argument is it actually bringing us up? Because it could be argued it's the one thing, like religion of one sort or the other, which is kind of universal to us as a people. Do you know what I mean? Wherever we be. So has it really? Because has it really brought? Yeah, has it brought us that joy, man? I don't know, man.
I don't know, because nowadays my friend is one of the person I met. He's kind of conscious as well. He's about this empowerment. He's telling me that like it's kind of like an illness, like it's going on. Like he's saying all black people are just suffering. I just like wow. I just don't know what to say because it does push me away because I don't want to get it to my mind. It's just I'm just trying to just be well. You know what I mean? Because they always say it's mental illness or something like that. It's not really benefiting, helping us or something.
No, that's a very good point you make, Kojo, because like I keep saying, yeah, the battle right now is with the mind. Yeah, so there's enough people out there getting physically fit, which we should do. Yeah, so don't think I'm anti-physical fitness. It's not even that at all. But what I'm definitely saying is that the battle now is of the mind. You with me? It's of the mind, and
Yeah.
I feel that a lot of the minds are weak and susceptible. In fact, I don't even fear. I see it. You know what I mean? Just even through this little YouTube thing, yes, I see you see it.
Yes.
And obviously, the powers that be see it because don't think that they're not watching. You know what I mean? Because for me, all these different social medias, whatever, whatever. I mean, they must be sitting back laughing as to how easy it's now become for them to know everyone's business. I mean, it's a
Yeah,
mad,
it's mad still.
Yeah, make me start to realize now.
and that's a different story. But unfortunately, that cat's done out the bag. The genie's out the bottle. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. For me now, it's about how can we as individuals, as a community, as a family, whatever, how can we utilize these different little genies that are at the bottle because there is either you can make them affect you negatively or positively. But the
Right.
thing is that they're there, innit? You can't avoid it unless you just take yourself outside of these places and go and live like Tarzan, which is there's many places in the world that you can do that as well. So I don't hear people saying that, oh, you can't do because of this and that. Nonsense. If you really wanted to come out of this system, there are.
It's, do you know what? Yeah, I agree and disagree. I feel like if you just as one person wanted to come out of the system, you just as one person can. But if it was like a group thing, you're looking at it as like, right, we're all in this system and it's all fucked. Then that's a different sort of. I don't know how you can move your people out of the system like without taking it down or taking it over.
Yeah, well, I mean, I hear what you're saying. It depends on how serious you are, Carl. There's definitely people that have moved their family, cut and caboodle, and taken it right off the grid. Definitely. But again, it's about how serious you are. It's about the sacrifices that you're really willing to make. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
there's people that live in the UK off the grid. Do you know what I mean? That and I know. Yeah, I won't really bait them up on nothing still, but it's like that's what I mean. Like if it's just I meant like you. If it was like you and your kids, your wife or whatever, you can do that. But it's the it's when it's if you're trying to if we're talking about community in it. If we're trying to get the whole community out of the system, that's a different mood.
Okay, I mean, I don't even think that's a realistic move. You know what I mean? Because such a motive is definitely is an individual thing. You with me? So now what? So nah, man, that's even 10 times worse. What trying to move the whole community up? Nah.
No, but wait, it depends how we're even looking at this thing. When we're talking about what opting out or the rest of it, or like, are we talking about in a geographical sense? What is the system? I feel like it's worth defining that. Do you get me? Because I feel like you can go to any part of this planet and still find yourself in the system.
But what I would say is the people who are classing as the system is the basically
I think you're chopping up. That
the
might be me
rule
though.
makers for you to flourish by yourself.
Is that me chopping up or is that
Does it make
bigger?
sense?
I didn't hear it still, you know.
Say that
Yo,
again.
yo, I was saying basically it's what I would say in short is the system is the rule makers and the gatekeepers of the resources needed for anyone to flourish by themselves. So it's like if you want to get if you need to go anywhere, you have to have a passport. If you want to build anything, you need to get building permission from this one or that one. Do you know what I mean? That's what the system is, isn't it? So
All right, so check this, yeah. Is it the rule makers, yeah? I.e., if the rule makers were to be, say, removed or changed, would that like solve the problem? Or is it the second part of what you said, where like it's like you're not quite convinced that society is a meritocracy and that people are rewarded based on their effort and their merit? Is that the issue? Which bit do we think is the problem with the system? Is it who's running it, or is it the fairness and access to it?
Well, I think it's both, a bit of both, I would say.
I think it's both. Because I think, like, for me, I think it's weird. Like, regardless who runs it, I think the way it's set out, the way it's been like fundamentally built from its foundation, it's like it's geared towards it not being fair. So it feels like whoever runs it is still gonna be have that quality in nature, and I feel like that's why it almost needs a re like a close analysis to pinpoint particular parts that need rebuilding. Do you know what I mean? The meritocracy part of it, as far as it being fair for everyone and everyone having fair chance, I think that's important. As far as like progression, longevity. And when I say progression, I mean like just the progression of lifestyle and just having the best people fulfilling the right roles. Do you know what I mean? But as far as opting out, like I agree with you. On an individual basis, it's far more achievable than to do it on a community basis. I think it's complex because people have so many varying needs, and whilst we can sort of design what opting out looks like for our own family, we can make it bespoke to our own needs. It's harder to do that for a wider set of
Yeah.
diverse needs. You know what I mean? But as well, another point I was going to make on the opting out, sorry, since I'm talking at the minute, um, it's difficult. Like, I see it as like, imagine the system has attached itself to key parts of our anatomy, our organs, yeah. So to just turn out the lights or to just rip it away, we don't like it's been supplying us, it's been feeding us for a long time. We're almost dependent on elements without understanding that relationship and providing alternatives or getting supply from elsewhere or learning how to not be dependent on those bits that are cut. You get me? It's like a tumor on us. Until we correctly, cleanly sever that, it's dangerous to just think that we can just at the tip of a hat say, "Yo, I'm opting out." And this is why the people who talk about it in the way they do aren't in a position to act on it and don't act on it. That's just the reality, bro.
Yeah. Like that. Obviously, yeah, up to that. Yeah, it's hard. I can't explain it still. So obviously, I can't really give you an answer for what up to that really is. Not taking part and just not being involved. I don't know still because there's still stuff that you that's going to need to be met and fulfilled, isn't it? Needed and whatnot. But still, yeah, people are going to need to eat. You need clean running water.
I'm saying, like, do you gotta opt out? I know that, I guess someone who has the philosophy of just completely detaching will probably say yes, but I kind of agree with B too. I think it's this opting out thing or separating yourself from the system. If anything, it should be seen as something that's progressive, and I don't think that you just automatically one day
Just jump out.
you just pull the plug. I think there's certain things that you can eliminate or certain changes that you make that will further and further, you know what I mean, like if we met someone right now who didn't have a cell phone, we would be like, so how do people call you? And how to they're like, well, oh, I got a phone at my job. So okay, well, they have found a way to make sure they get their communication done on a landline as opposed to them walking around. They may feel it's a mobile tracking device unit. So I'm gonna opt out of that, right? But let's say they still have a job or they still such and such. So they're on their journey, they're on their process of eliminating these things out of their life while they're getting accustomed to not having a cell phone. Because that would be something that you would have to get used to again. Like, you know, I'm old enough to remember the time of not having a cell phone at all. But it's very ingrained in my life now. So I forget my cell phone at home and go to work. I'm like, oh Lord, what's going on in the hangout? What's going on here? I want to call my child. I don't know people's cell phone numbers. You know what I'm saying? All of this stuff. Even if you wanted to make a phone call, I'm used to having my contact list. Now I don't have my contact list.
Hmm.
So yeah.
And there'll be people, could you like there'll be kids, yeah, that don't know how to, for instance, they use a map, let alone make a map. They know how to use a sat
But,
nav, don't know how to use a map.
but these are things that you can do. You can do with your children today, innit? So
Yeah, of course.
yeah,
But it's
those
just
are issues we can get past. Still, it's really the main big issue, innit? What how are you gonna how is the masses how are you gonna provide for the masses, innit? How are we gonna build homes for the people? How what's the ecosystem gonna be like? And do you know what I'm saying? Like how are we gonna provide power for people in their homes and so on? So you know what I mean, bro?
the only
No,
sort of countermeasure, yeah, from the oh no, like I mean, I've not heard any of them anyone kind of really properly articulate this argument, yeah, for why we should just opt out straight without any type of development or betterment within the community, yeah, within the system, sorry, is the possibility that we could be developing so much within the
yeah.
system
Well,
that by the
wait. Let me help you.
yeah,
Let me help you. Set B2, yeah. Man is saying that you shouldn't. Why man are agreeing with just
yeah.
opting out is because any betterment that you do is propping up the system that you're trying to bring down. I understand that point as well, a little point as well, but it's a double-edged sword point because you need resources to have to start your stuff up. Do you know what I mean? Like, so, but carry on anyway.
So okay, so that one there, yeah, that I mean, I kind of understand it, but not so much. Not only from the point that you're helping the system that you're looking to cap down, but more so because the further you invest in it, you become a stakeholder. So then now you have a vested interest in its continuing existence. I get that, and
Right.
like you said, it's a catch-22 because without the resources, without the bargaining tools, you're not even a player at the table. So it is a double-edged sword. I mean, the only other way I can think of is if we created systems outside of, I mean, parallel, but outside of this system. So even in the event of, say, this system collapsing, it wouldn't have a direct, um, it wouldn't directly mean that that external system would also have to collapse. But then, how do you do that? How do you
Yeah, that's what I
create a
was just about to
monetary
say.
system outside? Do you get me? And that's tricky. I don't even know.
And even then, yeah, when you do, if you did try to create a monetary system outside of the system, are people going to say that right? You're trying to bring forward the mark of the beast. You want a one world currency. You want this. You want that, and blah blah blah. So it's all a double-edged sword, cuz, isn't it? Yeah, like,
And
I
see,
don't know,
even
fam.
that part there that you said, what are people gonna say? That's a huge area of capability that needs to be checked at in its own right. Like we need a certain degree of unity, cohesion, coordination for any plan to work. Whether it's this, whether it's that, whether you choose left or right. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm.
One thing that is gonna have to improve, no matter which direction we take, is the way we work with each other. Do you know what I mean? Things like us as the whole barrel in the crabs in a barrel mentality and just being suspicious of each other to the point where we distrust each other more so than we would anyone outside our community. Do you get me? These are kind of things we need to work on regardless of the route we take. Like, do you know what I mean? So it makes sense to do the things that are almost an absolute certainty. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I think with
Right, that's what I'm saying, man. To build a parallel,
system,
I don't know, system outside of the system that's beneficial to the. I don't know how that's done.
I don't know either. But do you know what I do know
I
though?
don't
Do you
know
know
how
what
that's
I
done.
do know? If it is possible, yeah, it's done with the right people around the table talking about it and working it
Right.
out. That's how it's done primarily. Do you get what I'm saying? I doubt that it's done by any individual thinking in between hangout chats. Do you get what I'm saying? like in their bedroom. Just I think it is a collaborative job.
I think it would be also done with people from different sections within the community, because those people
Yeah.
from their different sections have their own circle of influence. So that way you can get more and more people on board. So if I have, let's just say I have my Northeast American section of influence, right? And you have your, South London section of influence, and somebody else has their Jamaican section of influence. We have some American, London Jamaicans part of our system now. You know what I'm saying? Because we have a larger scope. But if it's my circle of influence is just Northeast America. There's a whole rest of the globe out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we got our own ecosystem, a financial system over here. Oh yeah, we're doing this in Connecticut. That's it. That's like a microcosm of everything else. So when you have people who have basically from like different sections, all around the table coming together saying, yeah, we're gonna, we agree upon this, da 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 da, and boom, everybody break off and implement. You have the same system being implemented in a variety of different places, and then other groups can be like, oh, yo, what y'all on? All right, boom, now we branching out. But just plug out. Y'all remember the Matrix when they pull that thing out, their body just be done? Like, be done.
Hey, like
Or
it's
what is it?
basically
An
saying that
avatar?
you have to
Yeah,
get
avatar
find
too.
a new.
Nah, go ahead,
Yo,
brother.
yeah. I was saying that we basically to start a new system, which obviously it's annoying that you gotta call it a system in it because that's something what everyone is sort of against, and everyone's against the system. But but to start a new system anyway, or whatever, a new a new way of living, you might want to call it instead.
Mhm.
Then you'd have to start with like finding a new currency that the people in the new way of living are gonna find valuable in it. So
No, I don't think it does. I
yeah,
think
but
it first starts off with a new set of values, and
so
that
so what about the trade? Though?
those values, yeah, those values, as hard as it is to see, could could be could look beyond money, could see beyond the monetary system. It could, as hard as it is for us to see in our own state. What really dictates it is our values, and I don't think necessarily it's an achievable. Well, it's very difficult to change our values on money and like monetary value and resources and that. And I think that's going to stay how it is. So I don't think we should try to change that. But what we should do is look at our values, and we should look at ways of sort of collaborating values, finding a set core of values. We do have shared values at the moment, but it is scattered, and I think it doesn't really help us on a collective basis. It helps individuals. Do you know what I'm saying? We need to
I think that's
establish
true
better.
what you're saying, because when when they came to colonize America, they were like giving the Native Americans like money, but they was like, okay, what's this piece of paper? Like it didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like it didn't
Yeah,
mean anything to them. Like,
mm,
okay, you want land for this, or
yeah,
like saying they could have like literally paid people $2, you
yeah.
know, for 100 acres, and it's like,
It's all
okay,
relative, isn't it? Yeah,
yeah, it's all
exactly.
relative. They just didn't have that same value of that concept of owning the land. It's just like, okay, we gonna be over here, y'all gonna be over there. All right, we cool. What do you mean you own it like
Mm,
forever and ever?
mm,
Like the creator gave us this, huh?
does.
You
And this
know?
is why the powers that, let's
Yeah,
say, the powers that be and the forces that are against the majority, yeah, What they really influence is your values in order to influence your spending power, for instance. Do you get what I'm saying? It's the values.
Yeah, but without no, we still, yeah, we're still in this
Mm-hmm.
thing where we need to trade something to to get whatever you're trying to get. Do you know what I'm saying? That to get
I don't
whatever
think
resources you're
trading is
trying
the
to.
problem. I don't think trading is the problem. To be honest, yeah, I can imagine a better system with money being used and one without money being used. Money is not is not really the problem. It's almost an area that allows for us to express a lot of the problems. Do you get me? So through when there's a whole load of problems, we got money, we can express those problems with money. Do you know what I mean? But money alone, I don't think is the problem. Like I said, I can see a system with money and without, and they can both work. But it's just about how we use those things, and that's dictated by our values. That's informed by our values.
Yeah, see, that's what I was saying anyway, Carl. Like, I didn't really get to say what I was saying still. So,
Sorry, my
like,
brother. Sorry.
I was saying that basically we need to get something else that we're gonna find have as value as our trading thing, innit? Like, right, if you do this, then I'll do whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? That so, like, I weren't even literally going to be saying money. I was just going to say a resource or something that is help beneficial to the other person in it or to you. So, like,
Maybe
I
that's
don't
the
know, like,
problem, though. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe we have placed our value in something external. Maybe our values are so materialistic and so fickle that we can't really ground it and we have little control over it. Maybe if we internalize that value, maybe it won't matter what the current state of money is today. It won't matter what the current state of any commodity is today because the real commodity has been internalized. Of course, that's all like, do you get what I'm saying? It's all nice, cliche talk to some. Do you know what I'm saying? But to others, it's something they've been able to internalize, and that gives them a lot of fulfillment. And do you know what I mean? I don't know. I think at a community level, if we could internalize some values that superseded. I mean, it won't be able to totally supersede our experience on the external, of course, because life is real. Do you know what I'm saying? Police brutality continues. You're gonna feel the effects of that, regardless of what you feel inside. Do you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I think when we start thinking about like a new system, like to without being specific to any area of the current system, I feel like trying to be general, the way that we move away from what we currently are with is with a change of values. But that's not, of course, that's not specific enough. But the more specific you try to be about this topic, I just feel like it's difficult because it needs to be systematic. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know, it's difficult. But if I was to try to think about the first step, the very first step, I wouldn't be inclined to think it's the money. I mean, the money's economics is huge. Do you know what I mean? But I'd be inclined to think it's the values of the people. It's the way we work with each other. It's the way we see ourselves. It's what's important to us. Because if we can control what's important to us, all of a sudden, making coordinated decisions on a community level, like our involvement in politics or our involvement in group economics, we have a lot more control over those outcomes because we have control over our values. It's what you see in religious groups as well. They have shared values, and that pulls them to achieve great, huge things.
yeah, but then everyone pulls their money together and starts doing this, that, and it. Do you know what I'm
But
saying? That so,
it's the values that move the money.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
mm,
removed. That's what I'm saying. It can work with the money or without. It's the values that moved it. The values move the people to move the money.
The fact that they value their group right?
Yeah,
So when we look at a group that's not cohesive, they you have individuals that value the individual and they don't value the
yeah,
collective.
yes,
So therefore, when it's time to make a decision, the decision becomes, how does that benefit me? Nah, then I'm not, no, you're not getting my money. I'm not putting my money to that. Whereas, you know, if you value the collective, then you will donate to the collective, whether it benefits you or not, based
that's
because of
it.
your value.
That's it.
And
Yeah,
then
I
you'll be like,
agree
we
and I
all winning.
disagree. You know what? The only thing I disagree with, yeah, is not spending money on something that doesn't benefit doesn't benefit you or whatever, because it's still depending on what it is, isn't it? Like, because like spending money on, I don't know, giving someone else money to do something that's gonna go against you. Like, why would you do that? No one would really want to do that.
But it wouldn't go against you if it's benefiting your community. How's it going against you?
Yeah, see, that means it benefits you. Then that's what I'm trying to say.
Right,
That's
but that's the mindset of the collective. So what I was saying is that when I say it doesn't benefit, like let's just say, you know,
well, it
we,
doesn't
we come
benefit. It doesn't
together,
benefit you directly, but it benefits the community. You was
right? Let's
trying
say
to
we,
say.
we coming together and you guys say, listen, we're gonna put the kids in, we gonna all homeschool the kids and we need to pay the teachers.
Mm,
My child is ain't in school no more. That don't benefit me at all. I'm not. I won't have a kid in there. But for me to keep paying every week for somebody else's kids to go to school, see, that's because if I have a mindset of my community, then it doesn't matter if I got a kid sitting in the classroom.
mm,
We got our kids. We educating our kids. If my
Mm,
mind is on we're educating our kids, it's not
mm,
I'm educating. I'm putting my child in a black centered school.
mm,
I don't, I don't want to be a teacher. I won't even be involved in it. I'm just contributing to it. So when you have people contributing to something that does not directly affect them, but it affects their community that they value, that's what's important. But right now we're trying to get to that. We're trying to move to that. We're trying to keep that in our speech, and the people who are leading by
you know,
example.
that's why it needs to be sold as.
Is it me or is Bigger breaking up?
That's what it needs to be sold as. That it's going to benefit you as well.
Hmm.
but even check
I'm
it
sorry, did I
though.
break up?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
broke
you
up a
said
bit.
that's what it's gonna do.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. I said it needs to be sold as not that it's not going to be that it is going to benefit you. Then. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, because if you're selling it as it's going to benefit you to see, because obviously we know that it's going to benefit everyone. Yeah, if all the children are educated well and business minded and can do for herself in it, because that means there's going to be less rapists, less murderers, less killers, less robbers, less whatever in it. Yeah, so
but bigger. When you're trying to sell that to someone, yeah, what is the purpose of getting them to to what's the purpose of trying to sell that? What are you trying to get them to realize? Obviously, you're trying to close a sale,
to see the benefits in why it will
but
benefit them,
them
why it will benefit
benefits,
them.
could you call them
Yeah, but it's the
values?
benefit to to realize the benefits.
But could you say, yeah, you're trying
Yeah,
to
yeah,
get
yeah,
them
yeah,
to
yeah. The same
appreciate
thing
the
in it. Yeah,
value?
but
You guys can't hear each
Yeah,
other. I think
I
it's a
think
little
we're
bit
out
off.
of time. Yeah, I think we're out of time.
yeah, I can hear you, fam.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you can hear you guys are talking at the same
I
time,
think we're,
and
yeah, out of
you're
time.
taking a pause at the same time too.
Yeah.
Uh, uh,
But yeah, nah, yeah, I think
yeah.
you see the values thing, yeah. I think I may have misunderstood what you said a little bit earlier, yeah. You said something like but if like say for instance people are gonna spend money on something that ain't gonna value them, yeah, or it's not gonna return to them,
Yeah.
well that would be an example of where they can't see the value in something. But I think when we're speaking about values, yeah, it's not even just about like obviously it's not just about monetary value, but it's also about the importance of what's important. So I think a value that most people share across the world, for instance, is that kids need to be protected. Do you get what I'm saying? That is a shared value. I think when we properly collaborate our values, and once our values are in line with our progression as a community, people will be happy to chip in, but not only chip in, will make sacrifices because they know it's for the greater good and also in line with their greater values. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But installing values, at least the same values in people, is not easy. It's not easy, and you got to work out which values, whose values. I don't know, but it's. I think values is definitely what moves people. I think even on a business level, a part of the task is getting the lead or potential customer to realize the value in your product or service.
The benefits, yeah. That's what I was trying to say. If you
Yeah,
if you can sell it as a benefit to the person, that it's going to benefit everyone, for
yeah.
no kid to feel like they want to rob anyone else's kid on the street.
Trust me,
That's going to benefit to everyone.
100,
You get me? It's
100.
going to benefit everyone to feel like, for a brother never to be angry enough to kill someone inside a fucking after a nightclub.
And then check
Why are
this
you going to
now.
kill a man after a nightclub? Cause you're actually in a rave with girls having a drink. It's supposed to be enjoying yourself.
And when you explain that properly to even the richer or better off sections of our community, yeah, and you're trying to explain the benefit, it's going to be better off for them. Even if they are rich, like, bro, it's going to make sense for your richness to be in a community that is stable. Come on, that just, do you know
Right.
what I mean? So it benefits everyone for us to get this thing right in one way or another. Like, do you know what I mean? Your future generations are going to be born into this society. Surely you want it to be, you know, you want it to thrive.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
don't
That's
think
what I think.
opting
That's what
out.
I think. I feel like. Sorry, please. I feel like
No, 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 you go.
when I was explaining it, first of all, might have just
Yeah,
got me a little bit twisted when I was saying about how it benefit, just showing a benefit, what is having a value to what you're trading in it or what you're doing for the thing, Rob. Because even that's a value still. It might not be a monetary value
yeah,
where you can feel financially better in your pocket about it, but it's something. It's peace of mind value in it. You know that you
yeah,
can leave your front door open and you're not going to get robbed. Do
of
you know what I'm
course.
saying? Like, you might
Yeah,
be able to
yeah,
drop your wallet somewhere and your phone somewhere. It's still gonna. Someone's gonna hand it in, and you're gonna be able to get your things returned. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That it's
yeah,
just small benefits, but it's general benefits for the big ecosystem, isn't it?
yeah, and it compounds as well.
Right.
So yeah, man, definitely. But for those who are waiting at the edge of their seat for the system to just, for this overnight, someone to flip the switch off, it may happen, but I won't hold your breath. I think a better plan is to prepare and make meaningful plans. Do you know what I'm saying? Or you could just hold your breath. But I personally will not be doing that. Man's making plans and I'm preparing in the best way that I possibly can of the eventuality, as well as simultaneously trying to better position myself as long as the people around me. That's what it's about, proactiveness. We can
Yeah,
sit here
what
and
man's trying
Well,
to
I
complain.
do,
think
yeah,
it's big.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, would you finish there, bro?
Yeah, I was finished. I think Melody was going to say something. But go
No, it's
on.
Yes,
okay.
Please.
It's
guys.
okay.
Sorry, I just wanted to reply to what you were saying there. Yeah, was
Yeah.
what basically man's trying to do. Yeah, is trying
Yeah.
to get whoever feels like the lights is gonna go off, and even the other people that don't feel like the lights is going off. Yeah, to be working still on the same sort of team in it, like, because if the lights do go off, yeah, man's still gonna need to know how to survive with without the
I think you're cutting out. Is
Nah,
that
he
just
cutting
me?
out. No, he cutting out.
ever.
You're cutting
Bro,
out,
Hello,
can
bro.
you
is
repeat?
it kind
Yeah,
of
you gotta
Yeah, you're
repeat. You
cutting
yeah?
said
out.
if the lights
Uh,
do go off, you said.
yeah. So if the lights do go off, obviously we're still going to need to know how to survive in it. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like the both sides are needed, bro. It's not just
Of course.
it's not just one way or the other way or this way or that way. And but I didn't really get a chance to really say that when I was chatting to Beefy the other day. Still, but obviously we was arguing about what it's mine. It's still Beefy's my boy, and Maku's my people, and like blah blah blah, and like so. It's people argue sometimes, and it's mine. But
To be honest,
like,
yeah,
that's what it
I,
is, isn't it?
I don't really know the full details of what was said in that conversation, but from conversations I've had, I've got a slightly different picture. I don't see an invitation of like both halves are needed. Perhaps maybe a few in individual circumstances have said that, but that's not the picture I get. But that's cool because that's the picture you get. That's fine.
Yeah, now
I
I'm
do
not
agree
saying
with
that
that
that's what
though.
the man never promoting though. I'm saying that's how I feel like.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that
That's what I
100%.
feel.
I agree
Yeah, I'm saying that
100%.
both sides are needed. The any man that can survive without the system that is definitely needed. Definitely, who can survive in the wilderness and all that. Them man are fully needed. You get me? Like,
Of course,
and especially
100%.
any man that can build, that can make dough in the system and can make fucking things easier and provide resources for people to do whatever they need to do. They're fully needed as well. Like both men are needed. So to me, that's the way I see it.
I agree with
Both
you.
I
people are
agree.
needed. All
I agree
people are
with you.
needed, isn't it? It's
I agree
it's
with
not
you.
just
And
the,
I think most people would be able to agree with that quite basic logic. It makes sense. There's a reason why a chess set is not compiled of the exact same piece. It just makes
right.
sense. Different things do different things, you know what I mean? So no one logical is really arguing with that. Like it's just a shame that at times there have been comments where I think like it's probably not been really thought about properly. Maybe it's been fueled by other things. I don't know. Like, but comments like, if you're not on the exact same thing that I'm on, then there is no collaboration, and man shooting in your direction. Do you know what I mean? And that is a quite a clear depiction of, I don't see it that way. Do you get what I'm saying? But I appreciate that you see it that way. And like I said, I think most people who take the time to think about it logically see the need for the best of both, the best of all. Do you know what I mean? Like it just makes sense. So yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I don't understand why you can't, you know, get your gun license, learn how to farm, learn a little bit about carpentry, learn a little bit about purifying rainwater. Like why you can't like prepare for whatever type of situation that's going on, because other communities are doing that too, but they're not doing that with one hand in the front and one hand in the back, as my grandmother would say. You know, like they're not doing that with their pockets full of lint. You know what I'm saying? Like them weapons that they purchasing for to practice for recreation cost bread. You know, they children is living in comfortable homes and stuff like that. Like, why we preparing and we gotta live uncomfortable while we put in our preparation? I just don't, like that's not adding up too much to me. So I think
Uh,
the
to me,
preparation
yeah.
costs money.
Yeah.
Preparation costs money. Going to school for engineering costs money. Going to school to have people who have expertise in the medical field, that costs money. Um, Food to have healthy children to even be able to learn stuff, that costs money. And dollar menu ain't gonna cut it. I'm sorry.
I'm all right with everyone having a different speciality. So
Mhm.
one one man might know one thing and specialize just in that one thing. Like, that's calm. And then someone else specializes in something else, and then that's where everyone's resources becomes interchangeable in it, and helpful between each other, and everyone actually needs each other as well. Do you get me? And it's cool,
That
innit?
makes
Like you
sense,
might
man.
know. You get me? You might know how to find clean water, but I might know how to make hot water though. You get me? You might know just how to just get clean water. So together now we know how to get clean water and we know how to get hot water. And then you get me? Someone else knows how to insulate a house.
The thing is, though,
All just other little bits.
bigger. The thing is, yeah, man agrees with you. No disagreement. Disclaimer, huge agreement, yeah. But the thing is, yeah, what we're talking about, although we're making it sound balanced, we're talking about one side. We're talking about the practical skills. No one's ever disagreed about the needs for the practical skills. The real discussion is about the need of the theory and the planning and everything that the discussion that accompanies that. That's the discussion. Like what people saying that isn't needed. Do you get what I'm saying? So we've already emphasized the need of the practical skills, but we need the theory that supports it. Yeah,
How is it
exactly.
put into place? Yeah, of course that's needed.
That's
Well, that's needed more than the actual practical skills. Well, as I mean, as much as the practical skills, then I would say, not even more than because, not even more than because obviously if you need to be able to basically with buildings, you have plans that's already drawn out, and then you complete the building to the drawings of the plan. So it's just like building work, isn't it? You get a drawing with where all the utilities are gonna go, where everything where all the bricks are gonna go. Each different floor is gonna be where the foundation is gonna be laid. Everything is all in the drawings of a of building plans, and then from there, each different service starts up. So it starts with the ground workers will dig up different parts of grounds and lay foundations in different places and lay the trenches for the waste and everything else like that. And then each different service will go in and do a different layer each time. You know what I'm saying? That slowly. That's how you see the building sites come up with the scaffolding on the outside, and then it's got the scaffolding on the outside before the actual main walls and all that are built. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and then the fucking foundations built on the inside of the shell. All the stuff's put on the inside, and boom, got a working building. But it all started with drawn out plans, though.
And as well, the good thing about plans is it allows you to know that you're going like correctly as you're building, or where you're going off course, and it's not quite looking like what the plan said it should look like, or it's saying we should have one extra part that should be this long, but that part don't seem to be there again. Like at least now you can know, so you don't have to dig yourself further into a hole, and you can rectify things as they go wrong. But like you said, it's about both. It's about having the balance, and yeah, man, they both complement each other. You know what I'm seeing? I'm looking at the chats now, and I'm seeing Kushti Cosmetics said the plan has already been set by leaders, and community have given a blueprint. You see it? So we already have like stuff out there, skeletons, frameworks, blueprints that we can use. What I would say though is I think what we need to do is compile what we have and really extrapolate the lessons to be learned, because for one reason or another, things didn't get to where they would have liked to. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think we need to. I think there's plans that have done a lot of good work, but none of the plans are a complete article. Maybe perhaps that is the fault of ourselves for even looking for a complete article. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe we're dependent on a turnkey sort of solution, and that's just not what this process is going to be. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I agree. It's just, as Sister Kushti Cosmetics said, leaders have already have done a lot of good work. There's a lot of literature for how we could go about a lot of these things that we encounter as challenges. You know what I mean? and as well, a lot of individuals or groups are already successfully doing things, but maybe at a relatively low or localized scale. Like perhaps, like it just needs coordination. It just needs the dots to be connected. And that's a huge part of what we do at CC. Like we like to look at it as a network of different skill sets, different platforms, different mediums, different just the diversity. So it's not really so much about trying to be the masters at everything, but we recognize that everything is happening and perhaps it just needs a bit of a connection, a network. So yeah, there's a lot of people in our community doing good works already doing good stuff, you know. Just
Yeah,
needs to
man.
be recognized.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well, if
man.
you're liking the conversation we having right now, family, please like up the show. Like up the show. I ain't here not to tell you like up the show. I'ma tell you like it up, like it up.
Mm,
Share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. As you can see, my sis goes. She goes live on Sunday. She goes live on what's today, Wednesday. You don't never know when she's gonna go live. Just hit that notification bell, family. We appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by and just enjoying good conversation with us. You know, we are a nation just trying to be stronger. That's all. Trying to be stronger. And, you know, people going to come together. They're not going to agree. They're going to disagree. We're going to learn. And we're going to grow.
mm,
You know, that's one thing I can say is that, you know, as hard headed as I can be, I know that we have had so many discussions on CC, and I mean, these brothers and sisters have opened up my mind to see things differently, you know, um, and it helps you to grow. So when you have another interaction with someone else, you might even if you take a couple of seconds to just think like, all right, let me be open minded because you know, True say when B2 said this the other day, you know, I wasn't really feeling what he said, but then when he explained it to me, I was able to see it. So you know, now that Raz is talking, all right, let me hear what Raz got to say. You know, it just helps you to grow as an individual that you don't have to be wrong and strong. You know what I'm saying? You could just kind of be open. Not every new perspective is a bad perspective just because it's not the perspective you already had.
mm.
I'm sorry, brothers. Y'all go ahead and
No,
chill.
definitely. No, I agree though.
Yeah, sorry about that, family. I was just eating at the pop button. I'm not gonna lie. Hey,
Hey,
we know them
thank.
scrapings, boy.
That's so good. I'm over here hungry,
Mhm.
hungry, and you getting eating some good food. Sure.
Look like the man them got there before you. And there, because there was callaloo, because I know you could eat that with
Yeah,
saltfish in
that's
it.
it. Listen,
You can get-
saltfish is that's my cheat meat right there. That's the meat that I cheat with. Saltfish. What's up?
Yeah, now that now. Because I can't take the tofu and all that, but saltfish, yeah, that's a
Yeah,
substitute.
that's why I say I'm vegan-ish. I'm not
Mm.
vegan.
All right, I hear you, man. But at least
uh,
you got the discipline to even try in it, so that's still a good look, man. But I am trying to have a day where I have like no meat. You know what I mean? That's
okay, go ahead,
baby
sis.
steps, baby steps.
Baby steps. I'm telling you, that's how I got here. I don't even know how many years it's been. I'm gonna say from the time I cut out red meat. That was like my first. Listen to this. How backward this was. I cut out red meat, but I was still eating pork. That don't even make no sense. I know. I know. I was still eating pork. I couldn't let go of pork bacon. Oh my gosh. But I let it go.
Mm.
I let it go. It's been I don't even know how many years now. I let it go, but I was like, I don't want to eat no red meat. It's bad for you. Right here, pass me that bacon.
In America, they got that big
Oh,
streaky one in it.
they have this restaurant in the South. If anybody listening and they from the South, and they have this restaurant called Shoney's, right? I never heard It's like a real southern breakfast spot. And when you go in, the smell of bacon just lick it out. Like it's it's bacon. Like when you go up to the buffet, the bacon is so high. I'm like, how could somebody just sit there and eat a whole plate of bacon? Like that's large. Just give me the a heart attack right now. But them people love it.
Well, you
Love
know
it.
Americans love their food though, man. So
Yeah,
and they like to
this is a
probably keep
supersized
it
country
like
over
that as
here.
well, boy.
Yeah, this is a supersized country right here, man. Everything is in large portions. Everything is just bigger the better. So it's interesting when B2 talking about values, American values. Whoa, we really need what they
A
call
lot of value.
a overhaul on our values. Like you know, um, just like appreciating nature. To me, you do have they call them people hippies, people who appreciate hate nature and walk in the grass barefoot and things like that. People looking at them like they're weird. I'm like, have you ever heard of grounding or earthing? It's a real thing. Like, connecting to the earth. But they look at it like something's wrong with you for doing that.
Mm.
Yeah, Musa Baruka don't wear shoes.
Man,
A
it's
long time, innit?
Mm.
when I learned about that, it was very difficult for me to like see. I'm saying like the process of making that change. Like I was a real life like city urban New Yorker, barely being around any kind of grass and trees, and you talking about putting my feet on the grass. I'm like, what the frick? I don't even like grass. Like I had to learn how to see the beauty in, because to me grass is itchy and it's bugs underneath there. It could be worms. Like I was just thinking of
Mm.
all of the bad stuff, and
Mm.
now I'm like I see grass and I feel like look at nature's carpet. Like this is beautiful. Like I just want. It's just like my perspective on it has changed, and we could do that for how we view material possessions, and how we treat our relationships, and how we treat people who look just like us, and all of those perspectives can change.
Definitely. It's all based, yeah, definitely. It's all
Hmm.
based on our values and what's important to us, isn't it? I like that though. Look at nature's little carpet.
I used to I couldn't stand going to the beach. Wet, I burn the salt water and sand in my hair, and I was like a anti-nature person. Like when I think about it, like now I'm like, oh, that salt water is beautiful for my skin. It's just like my whole. It's the same exact thing. The ocean is the ocean, but
Yeah,
now
yeah,
the way
yeah.
I see it is completely different.
Yeah. It's amazing how that could be, boy. But yeah, I know what you mean though.
Hey yo, let me big up everyone on the panel. Yeah, I gotta jump off now. Still
All
Alright,
right, big
big up
up,
man,
bless
big
up,
up.
brother.
say nothing. Yeah, get money.
Enjoy,
Bless up.
enjoy.
Big up, big up.
Do you know what it's like as well? It's like you see how technology's getting micro. Like once upon a time, yeah. Not to say that we liked big phones, but phones used to be big. Do you know what I mean? And TVs used to be big. But then
Oh, I still got a big phone. I don't like small phones.
no, but is it big like old back in the day? Big like because if it is, you need to do something about that though.
I don't like the little phones. I don't like them little phones.
Yeah, but it's
So when
still
I
flat
got
though,
I
innit?
got the iPhone. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's flat. I got the iPhone. The,
It's
the
not
what's it
like
called? The plus
okay,
joint, the bigger screen.
yeah. We need to invoice iPhone for that free plug-in there, but yeah. So I think yeah, it's like um, it's like that, innit? Like things are just getting micro, but it happened over a drip-fed process where the values of the customer changed. They wanted mobility, they wanted portability, they wanted that sleekness, but they had to gradually teach the customer to want that almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm.
So we got to
It's,
teach people to appreciate nature more. We got to teach people to value each other more.
mhm. But how we go about doing that takes some deliberate thought, and I think a lot of it will be gradual and will be holistic. Like, so we wouldn't depend on one outlet to do the teaching. We'd have to depend on teaching from multiple angles, similar to our experience in the current system. Do you get what I'm saying? So you go to school to learn how to deal with authority. You watch TV and it reinforces how you should deal with authority. You go to the doctors or you go to the bank and it will reinforce how you should deal with authority. Do you know what I mean? That lesson is a consistent lesson being taught throughout the whole experience. I think that's the level we need to be looking at. But I mean, when I say
Hmm.
like it's so important that you have the right people around the table, and like I said yesterday, the right people isn't necessarily um, denoted by rank. I mean, in many cases, that would probably be sensible because they would have the highest breadth of information and would have a knowledge of all involved rank, all components below them. They'll have a knowledge of the whole thing. But I think more than anything, it's just like specialists in areas. So specialists in education, specialists in manufacturing, specialists in entertainment, specialists in um I don't know, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Law,
And
whatever it
even
might
and
be.
even when you say specialist, it's not like it's like one specialist. Like we got to get out of the habit of thinking like we're gonna have another Martin Luther King or something. It's gonna
Mm,
be like this one figure that like
yeah,
internationally everyone's gonna be like, oh yeah, this
yeah.
one person. Like we got to get out of that, man. We like we
It's
already
gonna
know
be
how that
teams and
how that
groups, isn't it?
story. Yeah, we already know how that story gonna end. They're gonna assassinate the person. Then everybody's gonna be like, oh, the mission flopped. Nah,
Yeah,
the mission
yeah.
can't flop. Like we at a point now